people. It is Wednesday, the 16th of August. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And I'm one of your hosts, my own royalty.
Good morning, people. Big man Use in the building.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
Lovely. How's everybody this morning?
We're cool, man. We're good. You?
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah, good. Love that. Question of the day. What is everyone's favourite movie?
You know what? I saw that question a second ago and I laughed.
Why?
Because I'm wearing, by pure coincidence,
Oh my gosh, look at that.
I'm wearing, I'm wearing subscribe thing, but I'm actually wearing my favourite movie on my t-shirt. Coming to America.
That's sick.
What a coincidence.
That is actually a great coincidence.
See, Prince Hakeem there and Lisa.
I haven't watched that, you know.
Whatever.
What did you say?
You heard what I said. I don't like things where I see people mimicking African accents, especially Americans. Americans do the worst job at mimicking I can't sit through it.
You know what it is? Because I watched this as a kid. I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what-
Like, it wasn't until I was older that I realised that
How
they had
foolish.
Posh accents. But as a kid, I didn't realise.
Yeah, it wasn't one of my childhood movies. I've seen scenes from it. I feel like I probably have seen it, but it's nothing. It doesn't register.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can see a scene in my head. I think it's from that. I don't know where else that would be from. But yeah, things with Americans and African,
accents,
it's just the worst. They do the worst job at it. It's horrible. What is my favourite? I have a few.
Same. It's so difficult to say one, man.
It's
Coming to
hard.
America definitely was one of mine. At a certain time in my life, it was definitely my favorite. 100%.
I think mine will be, like I will always watch this. I always have time to watch it. It's the Best Man franchise.
Yeah, best one's called.
Love it. Love Jones. What else is there? I don't know. I like Think Like a Man. I've always got time for that as well.
Which one's that one?
The Kevin Hart one,
Okay.
based on the Steve Harvey book.
Yeah. I was going to say, what's your favourite non-black movie?
Ooh, it will be anything with Melissa McCarthy.
Who's that?
She's did you watch Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
She's Ursula.
Oh, okay.
She is my favorite white woman. I know I said this yesterday about Sandra Bullock. I said she was one of. But in the world, Melissa McCarthy is my favorite white woman. She is bloody hilarious. She is so funny. So it will be hers. She's got a film actually called Identity Thief. Hilarious. Hilarious. She was also, I think my introduction to her was in Bridesmaids. Hilarious. She's actually got a film as well with Sofia Vergara. Flipping hilarious. Yeah, I would say that's my non-white. Anything with her. I'm sure there's other ones, but I tend to like the Christmas rom-coms as well.
Okay.
It's so hard to think of a favourite one.
Do you know how old she is?
How old is she? We're like 43.
52.
She's 52.
52.
Oh, she looks good.
Yeah, she does.
I thought she's 43.
That's crazy.
She's
I
really
didn't know
good
she was that
vibes.
old. Yeah, she is. I like her.
She's so, because I even saw a clip on TikTok. It keeps coming off my clip on my TikTok, but she was talking about like Halle, when she was filming with Halle, and she was saying how like Halle does the most magical thing, where say that in between scenes and stuff, this guy's on crack again. He was just dancing, he was breakdancing outside. But when they're in between film sets and whatever, and it's quiet on the set, because she's wired up to Halle, she can always hear Halle singing, like just humming music. And she was like, it's the most beautiful thing she ever experienced in her life, because it's like, you just hear her just humming like beautifully angelic in an angelic way.
That's her main thing, isn't it? Halle.
Halle. No, because she was in Grownish. She and Chloe in Grownish.
Okay.
I guess film-wise, yeah.
Okay.
Film-wise, that's her breakout film. Because as kids as well, they acted here and there.
So she's is she a singer before she's a?
Who, Halle?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had Chloe and Halle.
Okay, cool.
So Chloe and Halle are a duo, they're a group.
Okay.
And during lockdown, they had like one of their songs went crazy, do it, whatever. And then that's when they kind of started doing the solo thing.
Okay.
So during lockdown, she was actually in London filming Little Mermaid.
Okay.
So they were separated and people were like, oh, like, you know, they're blah, blah. But she was like, I'm filming. Well, we didn't know what she was filming then. And then obviously Chloe's then announced she's gone solo. But they haven't broken up the group. They're just doing separate things because Halle is now more in film and then Chloe is doing more like series and stuff.
Okay.
Because Hallie's in The Colour Purple this year as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But yeah, man.
trying to think. One of my favorite white movies. I'm not sure if it still stands the test of time today, but Forrest Gump. I used to claim that was my favorite movie back in the day.
Really? You had to claim it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's still the case now because it's been a while since I've watched it. But,
when you watch things back, it's that.
but Forrest Gump used to be my movie still.
Film.
Yeah.
Are we doing favourite films?
Yeah.
Okay. I like Forrest Gump. I'm gonna say Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Which one?
Probably the first one or the second one, but there's got a
many
few
are
of them. There's a few. There's like I think they've got a 6th or 7th
That's
one coming out.
ridiculous. And what's he doing in all of them?
What's he
After the
doing? He's like
fourth.
what was he doing today?
Yeah, what's he doing in them? Is he fighting the same?
He's like a
same demon?
he's like
Yeah,
an archaeologist, discovering stuff all
Fights
over the world.
Just discovering, I don't know,
Yeah.
treasure
Oh.
and
Indiana
stuff
Jones
like
is bad when you
What was it? Because I watched Big Bang Theory, yeah. And obviously it's all about like nerds and stuff.
yeah. Big up the nerds.
Big up the nerds. I like nerds, you know.
So do I. I'm a
I
nerd.
like black nerds.
I'm a nerd.
I want to be with a black nerd. But anyway, stay for another day. They actually talked about Indiana Jones because they really like it. And I can't remember what it was, but they basically said that he's irrelevant in the movie. No, it was something about did he save a people or something?
Did he what?
Was there one where he saved some people?
Oh, saving people.
He saved they were like Mayans or Incas. I think it might have been a third one, where it was like skulls.
Yes,
I think it's that
yes,
one.
yeah. And the guy was taking the people's heart.
Something about the
out.
Lost Ark.
that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
No, the Lost Ark was.
Raiders
Raiders of the Lost Ark
Lost
was to do with
Ark,
like
yeah.
the
I think that was the second. That was to do with the Bible.
yeah, the Bible.
Well, basically, they basically said that in that one, he is irrelevant to the story.
Why?
And with or without him, that the outcome would have been the outcome. But then they said, then concluded that actually he was the reason. Did they get killed or something?
I can't remember.
Well, something bad happened to them, and he's the reason why. Actually,
How did they
it was
work
a,
that
it was
out?
I don't know how. I can't remember because I don't know. I don't watch it.
I'm gonna probably go back and watch that because for me
Yeah.
that's a dope film. And
Yeah.
like, you know when you talk about films that stand the test of time, that's a film that stands the test of time for all those that don't know about Indiana Jones. But in terms of him being irrelevant, that's kind of like he's like a teacher as well. So when he's not exploring the world, he's literally you can see him in school teaching kids, and then someone will come and be like, "I got a mission for you," type thing. And it's like it. Not that he was a secret agent, but it was like he was a secret agent before his time, if that makes sense. He's got to go to Germany, infiltrate the camp, do a couple run-ins, and it was like a James Bond before James Bond type thing.
If your partner was a secret agent, would you want to know, or would you want it? Would you want
No one
ignorance
would
to be
want to
bliss?
know, because then you got more questions than answers. When you think about it. Like I saw, there's a show called Fubar with Arnold Schwarzenegger and a couple other people. It's like a comedy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give too much away, but basically, the premise is he's a secret agent. It turns out his daughter's also one, but they never. Well, they never knew about each other. If that
That's
makes
so
sense.
cool.
His daughter's
Yeah.
like 25, 27, however. So he's been lying to his wife for time, and obviously his daughter.
I'm sure his wife, isn't that True Lies you're describing?
No, it's not True Lies. It's definitely. I know what you're on about, but it's
Yeah.
not True Lies.
that cool?
This come out.
Because I swear in True Lies, he was a spy, his wife was a spy.
No, his wife
One
wasn't a
second,
spy,
caller.
but they used his wife to do certain things in True Lies.
Oh, okay.
But I know what I've seen True Lies. That's not but this
Okay.
this only come out this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not. I know what you're on about though. Sorry, caller.
Morning.
Good morning.
No, it's all right. Morning. I was listening back to what you were saying on the Indiana Jones thing and what they were saying in the Big Bang.
Who's this?
So what they were trying, it's joking. So they were basically saying that all the events that happened in the film. So remember, he was trying to stop them from getting the Ark. They were saying if he wasn't there, they still would have found it. They still would have opened it, and they still all would have died.
Oh yeah, that was a lie.
Okay,
That was a
With the art, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my gosh, you watch Big Bang?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew your good vibes.
But no. But the thing is, I watch it. I'm one of those where I'll watch it because it's on. So like in my household, people watch it like religiously again and again.
Yeah, that's me.
So I remembered what you were talking about.
I love Big Bang with all that I am. I love that so much.
Sorry, quick question: are they only saying that he's irrelevant to that film or
That film? Yeah, to that film.
Okay. I'm about to say.
Yeah, no. Otherwise, no. I was like same as you. He was one of my like that film, Temple of Doom, all of that. I love them films.
Yeah. and he's running from the big. I think one of the
Yeah,
first
the-
scenes
the
is running,
boulders, innit? The
yeah, and
boulder.
he's chasing him.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones. That's the reason why I got fedoras. You know, I just realized because of Indiana Jones.
Listen,
Pick up Indiana Jones.
Yeah, no. Well, for me, one of the reasons why I hate snakes is because of Indiana Jones as well.
Yeah. My mum would every time a snake would come on the TV, my mum would look away.
Dude.
Like, legit,
God forbid.
like, what, mum? It's on the TV. Like,
Sage, man.
like it's gonna jump out. Like what?
Meanwhile, my mum had pet snakes. It's ridiculous.
Pet snakes.
Mum loves snakes. I
Yeah,
said,
you
She
got
has pet
wilding
snakes.
in that house.
No, not in this country. She must be. I told her, sorry, when I move out, you can do all of that. But when she was younger, she had pet snakes.
Okay.
That's different.
Wow.
In Nigeria, you know. It's crazy.
You know, must be
In Nigeria.
Thanks, JK.
No, I'm just trying to say no. That's not cool. All right, I'll see you later. No, because I want to say something, but I don't want to be disrespectful to
Oh, no,
auntie, so I'll
sorry.
leave it.
I just thought I didn't. No, I wasn't shooing you off.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But I've got to go anyway. I've got to get these kids ready. So yeah.
Thanks for calling, man.
All right, hon. Bye.
Thank you.
That's a show.
I think one of my favorite films is The Prestige. You know?
Oh, okay.
Prestige.
No, I don't know that.
I don't think I know it.
Oh, you must do it.
Well, I might have seen
Christian
it.
Bale.
Christian, what's it about?
He's a magician. It's a
I was thinking about Christian
Christopher Nolan film.
No, I don't.
You must do. It's one of the best films of all time.
What's it about?
It's
One of the
basically-
best of all time is a big
100
shot, you know.
Yes.
What?
You need to watch it today.
Okay,
I know.
Did he die in the end?
Huh?
Did he die in the end?
I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah, no, don't spoil it. Don't
Yeah,
spoil
don't
it.
spoil it.
Why
But
would
you gonna
ask
watch
that
it
as
though,
well?
you know?
That's spoiling
No,
it.
you know when people talk about don't spoil it. Are you gonna watch it though?
I would watch it. I would watch it. That's
Hold on,
spoiling it.
hold-
Would he die at the end?
No, but the thing is though, that question doesn't spoil anything.
What's it called?
Trust
Okay,
me.
cool.
What's it called?
The Prestige.
The
Oh.
Prestige.
Prestige, yeah.
You looking it up?
Yeah.
Sick film. But like I think Christopher Nolan's like my favorite. He might be my favorite director of all time.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I can't hard to say my favorite director, man, because there's
I
like,
don't wait for the credits. I don't read the credits.
But it's the style. It's
I don't
the
know who's the
style.
director, who's the
the
producer.
style of the
nothing.
film. I
Yeah,
hear what you're
the
saying.
style of the
Yeah,
film, the
that's very.
twists.
That's why I'm not really keen on the Suicide Squad. Have you seen it?
I've not
Yeah.
watched it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It wasn't great. Wasn't great.
I don't want to blame the director because the director's done other films which are good. So it's like, what made you go down this direction? Because I feel like I understand when you're doing comic book type, you know, of things you want to stick to the comics as much as possible. But then when you go off on your own thing and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Man. It's just, I don't know if it's a DC thing or just that. Yeah.
Favorite director. I'm gonna stay black and say Spike Lee.
Spike Lee's cold still.
That's one of my other favorite films, Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I got that still.
Then Denzel definitely should have got the Oscar for that.
Yeah, and I agree.
Incredible.
I'm really they're really trying to deny Denzel, you know, that's crazy. But, you know.
Brent, what about you?
My head is all over the place. I'm trying to get the tickers and stuff to
Okay,
work
okay.
because the
you're
thing that I
leaving.
normally use is glitching right now. So yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Lovely. Well, let's get into our headlines.
All right, so our first headline. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has said that his government is still committed to using the Bibi Stockholm barge to house asylum seekers. So last week, 39 asylum seekers were taken off the barge after Legionella bacteria was found in the onboard water system. Mr. Sunak said it was right to go through all the checks before asylum seekers were accommodated on the barge. And the barge, the reason why they're doing this basically is the barge is seen as a cheaper option to hotels for asylum seekers who are waiting the outcome of their claims. The government eventually plans to house up to 500 men aged between 18 and 65 on the vessel moored in the Portland port in Dorset, but it lies empty for the time being while the Home Office awaits the results of further tests for the Legionella bacteria, which can cause a type of pneumonia. In his first interview since returning from a summer holiday in the United States, remember we spoke about him and his family being away, Mr. Sunak was asked whether he was personally warned about potential risks for asylum seekers on board the Bibi Stockholm. And in response, he said, no, look, what's happened here is that it's right that we go through all the checks and procedures to ensure the health and well-being of the people who are being housed on the barge. He said it was unfair to expect taxpayers to cover the costs of asylum seekers in hotels across the UK. We've got to find alternatives to that. That's what the barge is about. That's why we're committed to doing it, to using it. The government says it's currently spending £6 million per day, housing more than 50,000 migrants in hotels. Next headline, still politics, and the Labour leader, Sir Keir Starmer, and his Scottish counterpart, Anna Sarwar, had denied that they have divided ahead of a key by-election. Sir Keir told a party event in South Lanarkshire that the pair had real clarity about shared objectives. Mr. Sarwar also played down differences over issues such as the two-child benefit gap. Meanwhile, the SNP described Labour's Rutherglen and Hamilton West campaign as an unfolding disaster. Earlier this month, Margaret Ferrier, who was suspended for breaking COVID lockdown rules, lost her seat after a petition by constituents. A date has yet to be set for the by-election, but the earliest it could happen would be the 5th of October. So on Tuesday, yesterday, the Labour leaders held an in-conversation event with supporters in Rutherglen. And after some questions from activists, the leaders were asked by BBC Scotland News if their differences over the two-child benefit cap amounted to an open goal for political opponents. Scottish Labour has said it opposes the cap. Basically, this cap, it blocks applicants from claiming universal credit or child tax credit for a third child or any more. Basically, despite the UK leader, Sir Keir Starmer, insisting that he would not scrap this particular cap, right? In response, Mr. Sarwar said, there is no division, there's no divide. There is, of course, a change in emphasis, you could argue, but it goes back to the point I made earlier on. The evolution is not about disagreement, division, fighting, or two governments battling with each other to try and pull communities apart. Mr. Sarwar said that he accepted the party could not go into the elections with unfunded commitments, but that the Scottish Labour MPs would expect UK Labour to fight poverty. He also added that my view has not changed, that Labour was right to oppose the two-child limit. It was right to campaign against it. But I'm honest about accepting that we cannot go into any election making unfunded spending commitments. It would be wrong to say to people that we're going to make promises that we can't keep. And last headline, also politics, but takes us to America, where the US President Joe Biden says he's going to be traveling to Hawaii as soon as he can, amid criticisms of his response to the island's deadly wildfires. Speaking in Milwaukee on Tuesday, Mr. Biden said he wanted to ensure that the people in the state had everything that they needed. The death toll, we spoke about this yesterday, but the death toll has basically increased now, and due to these fires, and it's now 101, with still 1,300 people still missing. Hawaii residents have complained about the pace of the federal government's response to the disaster. While at Rehoboth Beach in Delaware over the weekend, Mr. Biden was asked by a reporter about the rising death toll in Hawaii, and he responded, no comment. The president said on Tuesday he had not yet visited because of the concerns that doing so would divert resources and attention from the humanitarian response. Jill Biden will accompany him to Hawaii, he also said. He also said that I don't want to get in the way. I've been to too many disaster areas. I want to be sure that we don't disrupt ongoing recovery efforts. Over 500 federal emergency personnel have so far been dispatched to help with relief efforts, including 150 search and rescue specialists.
His wife's name is Jill.
Yeah.
Joe and Jill.
Are you surprised?
Jill and Joe.
Why are you surprised?
That is just, they're a match made in heaven, boy. That's crazy. All right. Well, let's get into what you saying topic of the day.
All right, people. So today's topic of the day, right? Somewhat lighthearted, I think, but it could obviously go into a different direction. But it is about film ratings and how you guys kind of see, if you guys really place importance on it. And this comes from something, a back and forth that happened, I think it was like sometime last month. I wanted to make this a topic of the day, right? And it's basically about a film called Watership Down. Do you guys remember it?
No.
You know, yeah, right.
Watership Down.
Yeah. Basically, it's a cartoon.
Okay.
It's a cartoon. Obviously, it's long before our time.
Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
But it was still kind of pushed as a children's cartoon.
Yeah.
So Ben, I put a link in the doc if you don't mind playing it, just so that you guys can see some of the scenes, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously we're gonna go into it a bit more.
I've never seen anything like that before.
The man thing killed it.
The music though.
Filled in the burrows. Couldn't get out. There was a strange sound. You see, the air turned bad.
Familiar though.
Run,
Yeah, I feel like I
smoke,
vaguely
dead
remember
bodies. We couldn't get out. Everything turned mad. Bird.
Yes.
The hell?
Yeah, I remember
This
this.
is for kids.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Dogs aren't danger.
Yeah. So there's more. Obviously, there's a lot more.
That's
to this
Tyreek with
film.
Daniel Kaluuya. Sorry. That was the next video that was loading.
Obviously, there's a lot more to the film than that.
Is that an
But-
old film or a new film?
Very old film.
Very old.
Because that music sounds very.
No, the music is new, but that's that music.
Well, a
they
lot of
put in
old
everything.
films had music like that though.
No, but that music they put in. There's no way that music. That's where it come from.
No, I remember that film, that music in my childhood.
That
a lot of old
music-
film. Yeah,
No, I'm saying that music is being used a
Music,
lot
different
today
things.
with like a lot of different videos.
Oh, is it?
I'm saying there's no way that's the original where it's come from. No, is it?
I'm not too sure about the music.
I thought Brent just clipped it with it or something.
No,
that's
it was
the
part of
original,
the.
sir.
No, Brent just
Oh
played
wow.
Yeah, BBC
that's
had a
where it come
remake in
from.
2018.
Yes.
it. Okay.
20 what?
18.
It was one of those
Remake.
like CGI remakes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you know, like Lion King had a like type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to do that. It's nowhere near as good. But anyway, so this particular film, right? It was rated a U before, right?
A U. What's the U?
Universal.
Yeah. So that's basically what
Everybody can watch it, yeah.
everybody can watch.
Baby and all.
That was definitely not for everyone.
They've upgraded this recently. So just for context as well, this came out in 1978, right?
Oof.
1978.
Time ago.
Yeah. And they've upgraded it to PG, right?
Parents' guidance.
Yeah. Firstly, do you feel like that makes sense for them to have upgraded it? Do you feel like what were they thinking back then? Do you feel like the people back then were different? Do you feel like we're becoming more a bunch of different questions? But basically, yeah. What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna say again what goes back to what we were saying yesterday about new eyes. Obviously, we're looking back in hindsight as well. I'm watching it and I'm thinking I remember this, and I was about to say rabbits having beef, and then look, they just started scrapping from nowhere. I'm like, okay, yes, but then at the same time, it's like I don't know if a 5-year-old now is gonna enjoy that. Like, when I was watching it, I don't know if I even enjoyed it. I don't know why I was watching it, but yeah, new eyes makes you look at things differently. It looks like a manga on a Lolo. How like mangas are gory and bloody and but yeah.
So do you? So you're saying what a 5-year-old today you think would be able to watch that?
I don't think a 5-year-old could watch that.
Okay.
No, because you know, like most kids now, well, at a certain age, they're watching Ben 10 and stuff like that. Like, that's not.
I don't think it's that bad, you know.
You don't think it's that bad?
No. There's violence between animals. I don't think for me, I don't think it's that
I
bad.
know, but you don't really show. I can't think of another show now that.
Remember, kids are gonna find things scary, innit?
Yeah, but we're talking about young kids though. That's like a real like young. That's not. We're not talking about teenagers.
No.
Yeah. So
I know. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad.
I just again looking at it as an adult, I just don't remember it being that bloody. The rabbits moving like he had a shank. He's got one eye.
Yeah.
So he's been about this life.
But the thing is, what do you think things or scenes like that are detrimental to a child's psyche? Do you think it's traumatic? Like, what about those scenes? Like, what's the takeaway? The child watches it and then what? They
get scared.
they become violent or they're just scared. They could be
More
scared.
so scared, traumatic.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Being scared. My niece was scared in Little Mermaid.
What? Really?
Certain scenes, she just said, I'm scared.
No, because Ursula be moving mad.
Yeah.
It is a bit.
Little Mermaid. Did I
Yeah.
watch the new one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched that though.
I took her to watch it. She was scared.
Well, it's very intense.
Was it?
Yeah.
What are we? Did I miss something?
No, you didn't.
Who did I watch? Didn't I watch it? I swear I watched it with you guys.
You did.
Then what are we talking about then?
mean, for one, you-
What?
I said my 5-year-old niece.
I know, but she just said she.
No, but it was like all the flashing lights, all that graphic stuff. It can be scary for a kid.
See, that's what I'm saying then. And you don't think what we just watched there is worse than Little Mermaid?
I think that is PG.
No, but what I mean is,
That
I
should
don't
be
mind
PG.
her watching that because what's the takeaway?
I know, but okay, so you
It's
don't
like-
think that was worse than Little Mermaid?
No, of course it's worse.
So there you go then.
No.
Then it
No, you're arguing
breathes-
different. You're talking about different
No,
things here.
How?
I'm
saying
not telling you that she was scared to say,
no, but I'm saying that there's a possibility that a kid watching that now could be scared of that.
and that's fine.
Okay.
I don't think nothing wrong with kids being scared of things they see on TV.
No, but I'm
you
just
see
saying that that's why they changed the rating. No, they went back and said, oh, you know what?
is
Maybe
too
we
much.
should have.
It
Remember
is
the
rather
BBC
graphic.
and yeah, I'm sure that was showed on the BBC or Channel 4, one of the two. It was one of the two. It was either showed on the BBC or Channel 4, and the BBC are trying to, just do things a bit differently to how they done back in the day. You can't. There's pure stuff they can't do now that they done back in the day.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the Boondocks back, stuff like that. You're not going to see them shows again.
I think with me, there's certain things I'm against kids watching, but I don't feel like sexual content.
Okay, yeah,
But
yeah.
violence to that degree, I'm not really opposed to that.
What about I can't remember the film probably, but Bambi, yeah. Because some people talk about how Bambi was could be distressing to kids, right? Because I think the mum dies, isn't it?
In front of her, she gets shot,
She
or
gets shot.
something like that.
Something
I can't
like that,
remember. Yeah.
But it's not as graphic as this. It's like claws, like you said, eyes gone,
I just,
got run over by the train.
yeah,
like,
my man looks like he's on
blood.
smoke. He's waiting for man around the corner, type thing. But yeah, I don't know. For kids, it just depends. I just don't see like a lot of parents getting their kids to watch that now. That's what I just basically. That's what I
you
basically
might
mean.
not watch it intentionally, but if it's on,
But that's a kids show. That's what I'm saying. That's the actual kids show.
Like even in the chat, and I think people in the chat who've seen it, right, they kind of share the same sentiment as people who basically were kind of championing that this should move to PG. That and maybe it's obviously because it's just clips that we've seen here, but everyone basically says there's no way this should have been a U because yes, it's a cartoon type thing for kids or whatever. There's morals to the story, this, that, and the third, but the violence is just on another
Yeah, it's
level.
different.
It's real violence.
How can you kill a rabbit and then just be messing about like it's a rag doll? That's wild, man. It should be a PG.
On smoke, man. Do you know what I mean? He's repping his ends.
Wild.
Let man know.
But do you guys put like any stock in ratings? Like obviously we're all adults now, yeah. But like, say you're looking after kids, nephews, nieces, and stuff. Do you guys pay attention to the ratings and say, "Oh, you definitely can't watch this,"
Yeah.
or you don't mind because you're there with them?
No,
I do, yeah.
No, they definitely can't watch certain things, of course.
No, I mean, sorry. Apart from like crazy 18s and stuff, you know what I mean?
Like a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Because I think but then some things, I feel like the rating should be higher.
Okay.
So, and I know that there's adult themes in there. And so even if it's a 12, like for example, Modern Family, my little sister watched it because I love Modern Family as well. I've watched it so many times. But my little sister was watching it and I was like, what is the age on that thing? And she was like, I was 12. And I was like, okay, well, because I'm an adult and I know there's like certain adult conversations in the show, I was like, I was like, does mum know you're watching it? She was like, yeah. I said, all right, if your mum knows that, where's my own? Do you get what I mean? So I think I do pay attention to ratings.
What about if do you guys have the same stock in like movies then? So just to say you're watching a violent movie and your niece and nephew or your child comes in, are you gonna turn it off?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do. There's only like if say my niece wants to like chill with me and I'm watching something, I will always watch something that's like her age range.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, let's have a movie night or something. I will always change it. Even if it's just normal adult stuff, but say I know that there's a scene where they come to their lips off.
Yeah, if it's sexual.
Do you get what I mean? So yeah, I always change it because even if language might pick something up, I always change it.
Yeah, I think I'm mindful of if I'm around like my nieces and nephew. I think I'm just mindful of what I'm watching as opposed to
Even like swearing with kids in public, you know. If I'm with my friends,
no, I'll swear.
I don't.
No,
Because I'm aware that there's like someone else's kids around and stuff. Even when I'm crossing the road, say I'm going to cross the road, yeah.
I wouldn't swear.
Because like, if say I'm going to cross the road, usually, say I can see it's clear. And I'm not waiting for the green man. Usually I will cross, but if I see kids around, I actually wait.
Yeah.
So they, like, because I know their parents are teaching them, wait for the green man. So I wait. So I consider things like that.
The only reason I swear is because the parents swear. So
So what's my own?
like, I'm part of the village. We're gonna raise them all. Do you know what I mean? So why am I curbing? No.
Do you feel like when it comes to like sex and stuff, let's just say it's not like graphic, right? But it's still like sex on TV. Yeah. If your 12-year-old, 13-year-old came in, would you still change it?
Nah, 12.
Yeah.
I would, you know.
Okay.
What?
You leave it.
He said non. He said
Not
non-graphic.
non-graphic.
But what is it? Okay, what were you talking about then?
So
Like-
the
Like, so
idea.
they're lip sync.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah, I'm not
maybe
gonna say-
bras.
nah,
Nah,
because they
okay,
can
yeah.
see that in
At
a
12.
Disney film. They can see someone
I'm
kissing
telling
in
you
a
that, boy.
Disney film.
Yeah, more than that. Like it's more suggestive. So you
This
see,
is a
you see
lips
the bed.
grabbing the waist,
Yeah.
pulling it in,
All right, hold on.
caressing.
When you were 12, were you aware of these things?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
But I wish I wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, do you wish you wasn't?
Yeah, of course I wish I
Why?
wasn't.
Why?
I just wish I wasn't.
Just trying
Like,
to be innocent.
I just wanted to be like a kid for longer. I wish I was a kid for longer.
I
But
wouldn't
do you
mind
feel
that,
like
actually, to be
seeing
fair.
it then has affected you now?
I think my innocence has been robbed in many ways. Into behave yourself.
It's been robbed.
I know, but
Get
how
robbed.
is that affecting you today?
That's the thing. It's not that one thing though. It's a layered thing.
Okay.
So it's difficult to be like, oh, that's the one thing that affected
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But that was definitely a contributing factor. I want kids to be kids for as long as they need to be kids for. If my little sister is 13, if there's lips in and such, if it's like a light peck or whatever, that's
Yeah.
normal. But if the papa lips in and like he pulls her in, he's grabbing her waist and like, it's like a thin line to they might have sex, but then they stop it because it's not that kind of show.
Yeah.
I'm putting that way. I'm
I
taking
feel
it
like
off the
I feel like
TV.
majority of the time kids are kids. Like you're a kid. Okay, you walk into the room and you see someone lips in. I don't feel like that changes the fact that you've been a kid for 99% of this day. Just because you saw a little scene, it doesn't change. It hasn't changed what you were at school playing with your friends. You're running around, whatever.
I hear you, but you know when you're
That doesn't change anything for me.
I hear you, but they're teens.
Yeah.
I'm not like I'm talking about if you're 13 and whatnot.
Yeah.
This is when you start fancying boys in school and sorry, not on my watch, man. Take that off the TV. I'm taking that off the TV.
What kind of what do you use as your like barometer? Like, do you see it as your standard for these kids, right, or what they're exposed to in the world as a standard for what you will allow them to see? If that makes sense.
I think it's a bit of both.
Okay.
Because even as an adult, there's scenes I skip past
Oh, yeah.
because I don't want to watch that. Like, do you get me? Like my mind and stuff, I like to keep that pure and whatnot. Like, so there's certain things that I skip past. Watching Insecure, I love Insecure so much, but there's certain scenes I will skip past. 'Cause I'm not trying to watch someone have sex. I did that a lot with Power as well,
I did Empower Bear.
bro.
Yeah, there was a lot in Power.
Do you know what I mean? So
There was a
I
lot.
What
do
do you
that
mean?
anyway
If
in
you're
my
alone-
life.
If you're alone, do you mean if you're with
No,
guests?
by myself.
Alone,
That
100%.
was it.
Yeah,
Why?
I skip.
Power.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, why do you skip it?
I just certain things that I don't want to see. man.
Okay.
Mine is the purity. I'm trying to be purer.
Same.
Purity. as well.
Yes, listen.
said
No, because this is how lust gets in the mind. This is a whole.
Hold on,
for me,
hold
it's
on.
a Christian thing.
Wait. So do you feel like
Wait, is there?
do you feel like you're influenced by watching certain things?
I'm not influenced by it, but it's things stay in the mind. The mind is powerful,
Yeah.
and I like to control things that go in my mind. But I'm like that in general. Things I will listen to and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So that's just how I live. That's how I function.
Okay.
So that's why I said it's a bit of both. Because I do think a lot of kids are exposed to too much, but also because of my personal standards, that does influence what it is I might let my siblings and my nieces and stuff watch.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because
That's
it's
how you
like,
stay celibate. You're skipping the scenes in Power.
because couldn't somebody make the argument that in year 11 when they've got sex education, which is actually graphic, right?
Yeah.
The stuff they show them.
Yeah.
That surely you can just kind of watch anything then. Well, in terms of like graphic sex stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, it's different, man.
Is it?
One is educational purposes, one is for entertainment reasons.
Yeah.
But even the educational one's more graphic because they show certain things.
No, but they teach you more from a biology standpoint of like, this is biology.
Yeah.
They don't
Supposed to
make,
just like there's
look
no
appealing.
feelings
yeah.
I don't even remember sex education.
and passion. Yeah. Neither do I, to be fair.
I don't remember that one bit. Like I don't know where I was when this was being taught.
Yeah.
We were taught how to put a condom on.
Really? Do
Penis, yeah, and a plastic penis.
you remember that?
Was mine black?
I don't, you know.
Do you remember that?
I don't at all.
I wasn't even there that day, you know.
You weren't there. Of course
Yeah.
you were. Skip the lesson. Do you remember that, Brent? Sex education.
No.
Brent was busy as well.
I'm trying to remember if I had a black penis, you know.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Definitely
probably
No,
not.
because you know when you,
No,
no, 'cause you know when you do
definitely
that,
did
when you do the, well, you guys want to know, but basically, there's like a baby project thing where we take over like this fake baby.
At what age?
This was in year just either year 10 or year 11.
That's wild.
No, it wasn't year 11 because I had GCSEs to do. I think it was year 10. And we basically have to take care of a baby for like the weekend. And we get scored on it and like, it was all foolishness. So I say, when I tell you...
So wait,
To be fair, why is that appropriate?
Wait.
This is it.
So wait.
Why is an 11-year-old taking care of a baby?
The schools were doing Love Island.
No, I mean year 10.
Hold on. So let me
year
get
10.
Year 10.
Let me get this right. So the schools were doing Love Island
Even year
before
10.
Love Island.
Yeah.
You know how Love Island
Yeah.
is?
So that's how the Love Island
That's
thing...
wild.
Yeah, because we had that. But we had no man to help us with it.
Just
So they
single
say, yo,
mother.
might be single mothers on the day. Now that is chaotic.
Single mother for the weekend.
Oh
That's
my
wild.
gosh.
Think about it for a second. Yeah, look,
I'm
that's
actually deep in
That's
it.
traumatic in itself.
But I can't remember...
Isn't that good though?
No.
No. How old?
That.
No, because the men
13,
don't get to
14.
take care of the babies too.
How old was he?
Year 10, so what's that?
Year 10. So you're 15?
14.
15 maybe.
Yeah, 15.
That's
14,
wild.
15.
Yeah, 14.
That's wild, actually.
Yeah, that's wild. See? This
Because
education system
with
over here.
no, that's definitely giving a single mother message.
That's
I'm just
bad,
deep
bro.
with that now.
Isn't it telling you, like, look how hard it is? Imagine this for your life.
No, it's not.
No?
No, that's not the message.
Kids were enjoying themselves.
because-
Look, I'm telling you, kids were enjoying themselves at home.
No, because
Mommy,
basically,
look.
if you took,
Look,
because
I'm
basically,
home.
them damn babies used to cry at any point, yeah. And basically, it would record how long it took you to respond to the baby. We got scored on it. That you get a certificate.
Yeah,
You get a certificate whether you're a bad mother or
Why
not.
is the 14-year-old doing that?
That's mad.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
That's
what they're
traumatic,
planning
you
to
know.
do
There's a whole generation of kids out here now that are like, they eventually probably had kids and...
I mean, it didn't stop anything. People still had babies. They wanted to have
but that's what I'm
babies,
saying
but-
to you. It didn't help. How
But
did that help?
it's such a stupid thing to do anyway,
The
though.
system over here is wild when you think about it. It's wild. You look back in hindsight now. Again, we're looking with new eyes.
I'm gonna look.
Hindsight.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna ask my teacher friends if they do that because they can't do that anymore. That is like
Yeah.
patriarchy at its finest. They cannot do that today.
You probably still do.
They can't. That's
You'd be
impossible.
surprised, but why would they change it? Who's come out and said,
we're
"Oh,
woke-
this is
people-
wrong for the kids"?
No,
at
because
X, Y,
we're
Z?
woke now. I don't see them doing that.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
gonna ask my friends actually. That
Yeah,
teachers.
that's what I got. My godson's mother's a teacher as well.
That's
I gotta
wild.
ask her. Yeah, that don't make no sense.
In between homework and stuff, you know.
So what do you feel like it was promoting then?
I don't even know.
Single
Childcare,
motherhood.
man.
Childcare.
Why is
It was childcare.
No,
Because
it wasn't. It was
No,
just-
of course
it was
not. But they're
childcare.
meant to be.
It was childcare.
It's
It
meant
wasn't-
to be childcare. But why are you promoting childcare at 14?
Because it wasn't you. It wasn't the message behind it.
What
Wasn't
do you
a
understand
deterrent.
at 14?
Yeah, because it wasn't a deter. I told you guys they had us putting condoms on dildos,
That's
but it
what-
wasn't
Dil-
used.
so-
It wasn't used as a deterrent.
Am I
to
missing
be pregnant.
something? Why has the 14-year-old got a dildo in school? I understand sex education from a theory point of view, but when it
Yeah.
comes to practical, that sounds crazy. That don't make no sense. All right, homeschooling. When I'm having these kids, I'm talking about homeschooling for real, man. Because
That's mad.
that don't make no sense. The more you deep it, you know. Look, now you're thinking like,
That memory just
"Rah,
came to me randomly.
I was a single mother at 14
I
on the
couldn't
weekend.
remember whether my baby was black or the dildo was black.
So I'm saying,
That's why I remember the baby. That's mad, man.
you were adopting white kids at 14. It's crazy.
I adopt any kids. I love them all.
What's it called?
Actually,
If you're thinking about trauma or like
Yeah.
PTSD and stuff like that, how much or what percentage do you give that to what you've consumed on TV, film, media, as opposed to what you've experienced or lived in real life? If you had to pick a number. Because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I feel like the vast majority of my trauma, PTSD, whatever
Yeah.
I've suffered from,
Yeah.
is mainly down to what I've experienced as opposed to what I've seen on
What
TV.
you've seen on
Yeah,
TV.
definitely what I was. Yeah, I'd agree. What?
Right? And that's why, obviously, I'm against certain media
Yeah.
and kids being exposed to certain things. But when it comes to, like, for example, that scene there, I don't feel like me seeing that at 5 or whatever age it is going to stay with me, where I'm going to have some type of trauma because I watched Rabbit scrap it out.
Oh, scrap it
You know what I'm
out.
saying? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it depends, innit? Like, for example, if I see something sexual now, I feel like that's
That might stay with you a bit more.
that might be something you might try and practice, go
Reciprocate.
and play out yourself, whatever. But when it comes to certain types of violence, I don't see it as something that the kids are gonna go and, like, my niece ain't gonna go and beat up her brother because she's seen a fight on TV. In my head, maybe I'm wrong.
Would you say that's the same for wrestling and stuff though?
I was just about to say that. On the weekends,
No,
we'd see wrestling
wrestling's-
come in the morning and they're trying
Wrestling's different.
different
because
moves on the man them and all
We're
that.
watching wrestling as a sport, as entertainment.
I know, I hear that, yeah.
So
but,
we
but
do try the moves out, but
but we
because
took it in.
they look at them as our heroes, we look up to them. It's different, right? We practice wrestling moves. We didn't practice
Still violence though.
I know, but it's controlled violence to a degree. Like we knew we were playing.
No, but when we were younger,
No.
we didn't know that wrestling was fake. So how did we know that now?
Yeah, but we knew it was a form of entertainment. We knew it was sport. We knew it was a spectacle, right?
Yeah.
And when we practiced moves on our friends, it wasn't to hurt them,
Bro, boxing's
right?
a sport.
It was just to mimic the move, have fun. No?
Yeah.
Bro, boxing's a sport.
But people, I think.
And it's violent. And then certain stuff that we mess around and you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we take that in and...
So are you saying that you wouldn't let your kids watch boxing?
No, I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I'm saying
Exactly.
when we were watching wrestling on the weekend, we came in on a Monday trying to mash up the man.
And I'm saying, but it's,
did.
I don't view it. So are you comparing wrestling to that scene from?
No, but I'm just saying like Esther was saying earlier on, she's trying to be mindful of what she's taking in. Like we weren't really mindful of what we were taking in.
Yeah, but I don't feel taking in wrestling was bad.
No, but we tried. No, but my point is this: we watched wrestling and then we tried the moves. So that means we took it in enough.
Just like we watch football. I mean, we practice the moves, right?
Yeah, but football's not violent, bro.
I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about just.
I know, but in
influence and
general,
copying
though,
things.
it's taking in. It's violence.
Okay, cool.
It's what you're taking in.
Do you feel like growing up, you had friends who were watching violent movies and came in school trying to mimic what they saw in the violent movies, or was it just wrestling?
I can only really relate to wrestling.
Exactly. So what's the argument then?
Doesn't matter, man. I tried to learn, I couldn't learn.
No, but what I'm trying to say,
I'm flying off.
I don't feel as kids
Yeah.
we watched violent movies, came to school to mimic the violence.
Okay,
we watched wrestling and came in to mimic
Yeah.
wrestling. Why? Because we knew wrestling was fun, entertaining. It was a sport. We knew that.
Yeah, but we didn't know it was fake though. That's what I'm saying. We still
but that doesn't matter.
We saw a man with blood on their face.
And they
At
become
one
school
point.
with knives. Exactly.
Well, some man came to school with knives, but
No, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, don't insult a kid's intelligence to know one what's right.
kids know now that wrestling is fake.
Listen,
What's going on about?
It's not about wrestling being fake. You're right. You're not landing, right? It's not about wrestling being fake. What I'm saying is, don't insult a kid's intelligence to know what's right or wrong. The same way a kid would see a violent movie with guns, knives, etc. Right? Kids weren't coming to school next day stabbing man because they saw that on TV, but they were coming in mimicking wrestling because they knew wrestling was sport, entertainment. It was fun.
But is it more?
That's what I'm saying.
You still took it
I
in
get what
enough to
you're
try it.
You
though.
didn't.
I hear what you're saying. No, I hear what you're saying.
You don't
But
get
you
it.
still took it.
I get what you're saying.
I do
You
get
don't
it.
get it.
But
Because
you still took it in enough to try it though.
Yeah, but that's
Like, that's
not a
enough.
problem. But that's not a problem.
How's that not a problem? It's what you
Why is
saw.
that a problem?
You saw something on TV.
Yes.
You came into school and you tried
Yes.
it. You could have hurt someone. You might have hurt someone. We don't know. There's thousands of kids that try to do wrestling moves. We don't know if someone got hurt.
Okay,
Don't know.
yeah, but people are going to get in all types of capacities with kids, innit? What I'm saying is, if you look at what kids were mimicking, right, we would more so like our kids to mimic wrestling as opposed to mimicking real life violence.
And you're saying automatically kids can differentiate, basically.
Yes. Don't insult kids' intelligence to think that a kid can't see a violent movie and think, I shouldn't do that.
Okay,
Right.
what age would you say that makes sense though?
For a kid to know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe my niece is smart for her age, but I think my niece can see something on TV and know whether or not that's right or wrong.
And how old is your niece now?
5.
5. Okay. Do you feel like it's also about being desensitized though?
Yeah, I think that plays a big part.
Yeah, it may not necessarily be about the whole I'm going to perform this act and do these type of things, but becoming used to something they shouldn't be at that age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
More than I think that's
I'm
more.
not saying
I
my
think that's
5-year-old
more-
niece should be watching violence every weekend. She doesn't watch any violence. She watches princess movies and what's that? Snow something.
Snow White.
Not even Snow White.
Frozen.
Frozen. Princess.
Snow
Yeah.
White.
She watches Frozen. That's what she consumes. So that's not an issue, innit?
Do you know? I feel like everything that you watch has some form of effect on you.
Yeah.
I think you just don't deep certain things, but I do think over time you become desensitized to things.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of your original question about like the percentage,
Yeah.
See,
I think things play a part, but sometimes you don't realize
Subconsciously.
So yeah, I feel like things play a part subconsciously because I know like certain things I watch. Something like Home Alone and stuff. People probably watch that and just thought it was jokes and whatever. But that made me very, very hyper aware that I could get kidnapped and stuff like that. So I have that. As till today, I have a fear of like, and obviously other things have happened since then. But I'm very, very vigilant. When I'm out in public, I'm like, I'm too vigilant. Do you know what I mean? I think of stuff like that. Even when I watch, like I love crime shows and stuff like that. How to Get a Murder, all these kind of NCIS, all that kind of stuff. I love that. But I'd be lying if I said it doesn't have an effect, hasn't had an impact on how he is, I think. Like, I'm very, very vigilant. Very, very hyper aware of my surroundings. I check my surroundings. I look at people. I read them. All that stuff has had. I would say that's had an effect.
You checking the exit signs as well.
What?
The exits.
Yeah, I do that as well. Makes it clear at all times.
I
can get out.
Man is saying your friends were timid back in the day because we were trying to hurt people. So what people said in the group chat.
Oh, we're wrestling.
Yeah, because
You're trying to help people with wrestling.
Yeah, as in that you're trying to headlock a man, DDT,
And you're trying to help them.
something like suplex. Something. This is what I'm saying. This is what they said in the.
No, you're trying to kill your friends. Talking about you helping them.
They're saying your friends were timid because they don't know what you were trying to do.
Who's Timmy?
Timid.
Timmy.
Oh, my friends were timid.
Yeah, they were saying your friends were timid because you weren't. You know what I mean, like I'm reading it now.
Oh, okay.
You say he's Timmy.
Who's Timmy? Yeah.
Before we wrap up,
so funny.
what do you think? You remember Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Yeah.
You remember there was a character in there that was like kidnapping all the kids?
What the heck?
And
Was there?
Yeah, the guy. Remember when they went to free them? They're probably like 2/3 into the movie. I think there was like an underground place where like bare kids was there, like locked up.
I can't even remember. I remember the name. I can't remember the film.
Do you know how wild some of these things are when you say them out loud?
old.
You know, Dick Van Dyke.
I remember that name
Yeah, I
as
remember
well.
that.
Like,
I think he's still alive. You know, this guy's like 100 years old or something.
he done well.
The hell?
yeah. Anyway, so basically in that film, it's the guy who's got the flying car.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember? You don't remember?
I don't.
If you see it, you
remember that.
definitely know. But basically, something happens. I can't remember how they even get to this particular land where these people are, right? But basically, there's this guy who kidnaps kids. So like that I think in America, that particular film, I'm not too sure in the UK where it is, but it's a G rating, right? So that's kind of that's quite
general,
low.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like with themes like that though, should they now be changed to more higher ones, like PG and maybe even PG-13s and stuff? 15.
But you know what it is, yeah? Because every child is so different that you don't actually know. I feel like it should be PG, just so the parents, if you know how your kid is, you can be aware and you can kind of look into it before you take your kid there. Because say for like every child is different, so things will have a different effect on each child. Like a room full of kids that have been kidnapped is wild.
Bigger than a room, it was huge. Lots of kids in there. I can't remember what they were
Do you
doing.
know what I mean?
But that same thing happened in 4, Love and Thunder. That movie came out last year. There's a bunch of kids that got kidnapped. Yeah.
What rating? Do you know what rating that was?
4 Love and Thunder, I'm not sure.
I don't even know.
But obviously 4 is fantasy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the optics are a bit different. This sounds like it's real life traumatic.
And that's another thing, because when things are like cartoons and whatnot, yeah, sometimes when kids don't, like, yeah, it's cartoons or whatever, but can kids actually make the difference between fantasy and the reality? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's very tricky. And like stuff like Oliver Twist. Obviously, Oliver Twist is a bit different. It was like an orphanage and stuff. But I'm pretty sure there was some things in there that people deem as
Probably,
abuse.
yeah, there probably was. If
You
you
know
go
what I'm
back to all these
Please,
old
sir, I
films,
want some more.
Yeah.
man's just begging for the food. The food was terrible.
You know what I mean? So
It's terrible.
But he was hungry. Do you know what I mean? He was out here for it.
It was a 12A.
12A.
12A. What's that?
So
Four.
12.
Why is it
4 Love and Thunder.
It's
No,
so
it wasn't-
12, you're A12, but then adult supervision is
Okay.
what's it called? Encouraged.
Okay. So it's not a must.
To be fair,
It's encouraged.
Okay.
there's
I
probably
don't know if
So
it's a
kind of
must.
like a PG-12, if that was a thing. PG,
Yeah, like a 12. Maybe it is a must actually. No, it is a must. It is a must.
Okay.
That means you must have an adult with you to be able to watch it if you're 12.
Because I don't know, like
Plus.
to me, obviously I've not seen the Love and Thunder film, right? But like Yusuf, I think it's saying basically like kids were maybe kidnapped in the film or whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good rating, a 12 thingy, because I feel like there are kids who get kidnapped at that age, and kids should kind of be aware
This
not to
can
talk
happen.
to strangers.
Yeah,
and, you know what I mean?
stranger danger.
Yeah, it's the age where you start telling them stuff, or at least probably before that anyway. But you know what I mean? So it's not too foreign. But yeah, that's definitely that's pretty much it. I guess the last thing is really just I think Esther pretty much touched on it already. Do you feel like everything should just be down to the parents? Because at the end of the day, like if you see something that's I don't know, a PG 15, or let's just say it's a 15. Do you feel like because your child's a 15 years old, it's fine, or do you feel like knowing the world we live in, there's probably some themes in there I may not want my 15-year-old to see, so let me supervise it. So basically, at the end of the day, ultimately, it just comes down to you anyway.
Yeah.
Should everything just be made a PG unless it's an R-rated something?
I mean, it's gonna come down to you anyway. But once they get to a certain age, they're gonna watch whatever. But if it's a 15 and the kid's actually 15, I think it just depends what the actual content is as well. Because obviously, you're just gonna be mindful about what he's seeing. So I think it just depends really.
Yeah, I think it definitely does depend. Because I think also it's about how you're raising your children. Because there are certain things where they've said that they're 15, and I'm like, this should be 18. So sometimes they don't even get it right with the ages and the certification. And I think ultimately it comes down to how it is that you're raising your children. If you know there's certain things you haven't talked to your children about, and that theme is going to be intense in that. It's like, what was that show on Netflix, 13 Reasons Why? I wonder how old that was actually.
What's that about?
That was about these kids in school, like being bullied and whatever, and they're killing themselves.
That's crazy.
So that was heavy on the
That's a heavy
age rating. Let's see. So age rating, that was 15. But I'll be honest with you, I watched season 1 and I said I'm not watching this season 2.
Yeah.
It was very intense. It was very, very it's very heavy. It's very, very heavy. It's a very heavy series. So something like that, yeah, it's 15, but then, yeah, man, something's still weightier.
What do you think about this particular idea? Do you feel like sometimes as adults we maybe see something and kind of see it as worse because we're adults and we can perceive what it is?
Yeah.
But if a child's watching it, it's like, surely they'll miss this anyway.
Yeah.
There's part of that as well, 100%.
There's certain things that, but again, it will come down to your kid. Because remember, I gave the example of the Barbie movie yesterday, where with all there are some adult conversations being had there. The kids didn't have a clue what was going on. They just thought, oh my gosh, it's so pretty and pink. Do you get me? So I think, certain things may fly over your kids' heads. But I feel like that's such a gamble as well, though. That's the risk of being a parent.
This is it.
Because you actually don't know what it is that will traumatize your kids. Like, some phobias people have are from the most random things ever. Do you get me? And so when you watch a film, there might be a massacre going on, but that might not even be what it is that traumatizes the kid.
Yeah. Also, I'll be putting too much attention on what a kid might take from the film in a negative way as opposed to what they may learn from it, even if the film was bad, right? Do we feel like we've learned from watching movies that maybe we shouldn't see, or if there was certain elements of violence or sex, whatever? Do we feel like it's a learning experience too? Was it all just traumatic and just stay away? Or can we learn from it as well?
I think you can definitely learn from it. I just feel like as we're adults and obviously got nieces, nephews, such and such and such, I think we're just always scared of what can go wrong as opposed to what is going right. So, again, we're adults. So whenever I talk to my kids and nephews and nieces and all that, I just try to prepare them for the world. And it's not that I want to be hard on them, but I have to be hard on them because the world is a scary, horrible place.
It is, but is putting them in bubble wrap, is that going to prepare them for the world?
No, I don't put them in bubble wrap. I don't do the bubble wrap thing.
And is obviously there's levels in it. I'm not saying expose your kids to just utter crud. Of course not. You got to regulate it.
No, it's crazy,
right? But is it like, for example, when they say when kids fall down, sometimes let them fall down, let them get up, let them cry.
Let them get up,
Or even when they say it's good for a kid to get sick so their immune system can build up. Is this the same type of concept? Sometimes let your kids watch. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying.
Did you see that?
Let them watch a little something so they can prepare themselves for the world.
Did you see that video where there's a mum, a child, and a dad, and they're all by the table, and the kid falls over, and the woman's about to pick him up, and the dad's like, stop. No, like,
I've seen that many times.
Let him get up on his arms. She's like, no, I'm going to help him. It's like, no, let him even though he's a little kid, he's got to learn to, some kind of adversity, kind of.
100%. Because like to say, in simple situations like that, if every time you came to the child's aid, the child would never be able to walk.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess maybe the analogy you was given about in terms of sickness, maybe do do you kind of see it, or should it be kind of like a vaccine, where it's like you give a bit of the sickness enough to make sure that that particular child can combat it.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you kind of expose a child to the sickness,
Yeah.
it could kill them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
for real. If it's kids, obviously, a little bit of exposure, not fully fledged throwing them into that world. No, just let them know what's real. I don't want my child growing up just thinking life is a fairy tale.
No, of course not. I've heard of parents giving their kids drink or cigarette from a young age, so they hate it. They think it's disgusting. They never drink or smoke again. I've heard of kids.
That I wouldn't do.
That is
That's
like
a risk.
that's a big
That
risk.
is such a gamble.
That I wouldn't do. I
Your
wouldn't
kid
do.
might be like, I like that. And
Yeah,
like, what do you do?
Yeah,
That's a big risk. Like, a
so
part of me
scary.
gets it, but I'm like, well, that's
Nah, I don't get
that's
it.
towing the
because
line. That's towing the line.
Cigarettes. You're exposing your kids to harmful
I would not-
chemicals.
No,
But
man.
you know what
No,
is
no,
what if though the kid likes it? You give them vodka and
Yeah,
think they might not
that's
like it because like, I like this. Now you're
That's
raising an
crazy.
alcoholic.
Yeah, that's too close to the line.
Damn.
For me, that's too close to the line.
That's intense.
But I've heard of parents doing that. I haven't heard of like it going the other way, but I've heard of it working. But I don't.
Okay.
I'm sure out there
Yeah,
somewhere
because
it must have like went
know
the
what
other
it-
way and went wrong.
The people that went other way, yeah, they
Kids
can't
smoking at
come out
14
and
and
tell
all
us that because it makes them. It highlights how bad they're bad
Yeah,
parents.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's one of those ones. The family kept
Yeah.
secret. Got
No
taken
one's
to your
gonna-
grave
No one's gonna come out of that for real.
before the rehab.
Right. Well, I think we've touched on everything, man.
Love them.
Okay.
Let's get into our next headlines.
All right, so our next headline, trigger warning here. This takes us to Africa, where the Kenyan government has launched an inquiry into allegations of abuse by the British Army, which MPs are saying could have implications for the future role of UK troops in the country. The investigation will examine the activities of the British Army Training Unit Kenya, which is Batuk, whose soldiers have been accused of murder, sexual abuse,
What?
and damaging land close to its base.
Just
in
kick them out
Nairobi.
now, man. Come on, man.
It's crazy. So a Kenyan lawyer by the name of Kelvin Kubai, he called the inquiry a significant move. He also said it's the first time that British Army activities are being reviewed in this way, right, since the country actually gained independence from the UK in 1963. Kenya's Parliamentary Defence Committee, which is leading the inquiry, will this month put out a call for the public to submit petitions of any alleged crimes or wrongdoings by the army. Investigations are actually going to be beginning in October. The committee will call on Batuk to respond to the claims and is expected to submit a report of its findings to Parliament by the end of the year. This report will include recommendations that could have consequences for a defence deal between Kenya and the UK, which allows British troops to train in Kenya. Next headline, also in Africa, and the UN has come out and said that, trigger warning here as well, guys, more than 1 million people have fled Sudan to neighbouring states as people inside the country are running out of food and dying due to a lack of healthcare after 4 months of the war. Fighting between the Sudanese army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, the RSF, has devastated the capital Khartoum and sparked ethnically driven attacks in Darfur, which is threatening to plunge Sudan into a protracted civil war and destabilize the region. UN agencies said in a joint statement that time is running out for farmers to plant the crops that will feed them and their neighbours. Medical supplies are scarce and the situation is spiralling out of control. The war has caused 1,017,449 people to cross from Sudan into neighbouring countries, many already struggling with the impact of conflicts or economic crises, while those displaced within Sudan are estimated to a number of basically almost 3.5 million people. This according to the latest weekly figures published by the UN's International Organization for Migration. Fighting in Sudan, for those who don't know, erupted in April over tensions linked to a planned transition to civilian rule, exposing civilians in the capital and beyond to daily battles and attacks. The millions who remain in Khartoum and cities in Darfur and the Kordofan regions have faced rampant looting and long power communications and water cuts. And the last headline brings us back to the UK, where a watchdog has found that councils are frequently failing to use their powers to tackle antisocial behaviour. The local government and the social care ombudsman cited cases including a victim being told a neighbour's 13-hour-long party did not warrant any action. The watchdog said it upheld 3/4 of the cases it had investigated in the past year and found fault in how the council had acted. The council said that they took a balanced and proportionate view to complaints. A report published by the Ombudsman on Wednesday highlighted issues including long delays responding to complaints, referring people to the police instead of taking action, and failing to liaise properly with other agencies. It said that out of the 63 cases that it had investigated in the last year, ranging from low-level issues such as dog fouling and inconsiderate parking to more serious harassment and intimidation, 51 of those were upheld. In one case, a resident complained to the council about a neighbour's party with loud music, which lasted more than 13 hours, right? Despite another party, a few weeks later, happening, right, this particular person was told that the council has a policy, basically, where they will only consider taking action, if this particular person, right, recorded 6 incidents within 25 days. Imagine.
That's bollocks. I got a letter one time. I had a party. The music probably went off at 8 o'clock in the night. No, 8 o'clock in the morning. Sorry. Listen, I got the wickedest letter. I said, "Hey, yo, you guys need to relax." I had one part. I notified people who snitched. Like, what's going on here, man? Like,
sometimes not even people on your street.
Listen, they don't make no sense. One parties are legendary as well.
Oh my gosh, I just clocked, yeah. You guys are twinning again.
Who's twinning?
You and Ewan.
Oh, yeah.
How?
These don't message each other.
He's got, what's it called?
He's got navy, you got navy.
I ain't got no black on, though.
I'm talking about navy, the top.
top.
That's what people can see.
Sorry.
Twins, cute.
Sorry.
That's so cute.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Lovely. All right, let's get some word on road.
Time to pay the bills as well.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Just quickly, someone said, what's it called? They got given beer at 5.
What?
And the uncle turned them to alcoholic.
See? There you go.
Said on the group chat.
You take accountability for your actions. I'm playing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
5.
So it happens, man.
That's actually sad.
5 is,
He was-
I mean, I don't know if he's having banter or what, but that's what he said in the group chat. So, you know, shout out to him, though, man.
Yeah, it's such a risky thing to do, man.
It is a risky thing, 100%.
Especially with cigarettes, because it's addictive.
Yeah.
And kids at that age, you give them one sweet, they're crackheads.
Yeah, they're crackheads.
So imagine nicotine. Is it nicotine? Yeah, nicotine.
Yeah, nicotine, yeah.
That's wild, man. Love and light to you. All right, so one of the girls from Real Housewives of Atlanta, Drew Sidora, she's actually an actress as well. I really like her. She's really, really cool. But basically, her dad passed away, and he had Alzheimer's and dementia. And I thought it was really sad. So I'm going to read the tribute that she wrote. She said, "You're never prepared for the inevitable, but here we are. It is with tears flowing, I announce that my father, Dr. Robert A. Jordan, has made his transition into heaven. As my mum says, he fought a good fight and finished his race. With a smile on his face, he picked up his crown at heaven's gates. Thank you all for allowing me to share my journey with my dad battling Alzheimer's disease. Thank you to all of you constantly messaging and writing me, sharing your own personal experiences with a loved one battling Alzheimer's disease and dementia. We're forever connected. I was a daddy's girl, and I will cherish the precious moments that will forever live in my heart, and his legacy lives forever. He was the best pediatrician in all of Chicago, and if you knew, you knew. He was passionate about helping people, saving lives, and providing quality healthcare to those in the indigent community. He served 4 generations of patients within his practice, and he will truly be missed. He had the most humble and sweetest spirit, and we will celebrate his life. Thank you for the condolences, and keep my family in your prayers as we grieve. I thank you, knowing we will see you, Daddy, soon." That's so sweet, man. R.I.P. to her dad.
R.I.P.
It's so sad when I see, because my TikTok as well shows me like people who have like Alzheimer's and like their kids taking care of them and stuff, and it's one of the saddest things to actually see. And there was this man I saw on my page the other day, and basically, he and his wife are divorced, but he doesn't remember. But it's because he's got Alzheimer's. But it's so sweet because he was asking his son, like, how is she? He was like, is she okay? Like, is everything all right with her? And then someone was like, no, like, mum's fine. I think she's still in the life and whatever. And then he was like, yeah, but where is she? And he was like, oh, like, she lives alone now. And he was so concerned. He was like, yeah, but is she okay? Like, is everything all right with her? And he was like, no, Dad, she's fine. You'll see her soon, kind of thing. And it's just so sweet, man. It's sad, obviously, but I feel like it's one of those things where it takes a lot to care for someone who's like that, especially when they don't remember you sometimes and do remember you sometimes. It's just sad, man.
Yeah, but I remember my mum went into hospital for a blood transfusion, and she came out.
Yusuf.
And I mean, if you're busy, bro, like, I mean, I'll come back another day. You know what I'm saying?
Talk, man.
I'm just saying, bro.
Making a scene, bro.
I need some milk inside. I don't know,
bro.
man. Yeah, but she came out and she had dementia, and I remember I remember the doctors explaining there's like the long term one and the short term one, and then I didn't see it for ages, and then one day she asked me a question and I answered it. Like 5 minutes later, she asked me the same question. I was like,
Here it is.
like, yeah, here it is. Like, you know, like you can proper see it for yourself now. Until that, when the doctors say it, it's like, all right, cool, X, Y, Z. But when you see it for yourself, you know, there's nothing you can do, man.
It's sad, man.
Yeah, it's horrible, man.
It's really sad.
I swear they said they're working on a new drug to reverse the effect or slow it down, or something like that. But it's still in like the testing,
testing stages.
And then they got to go through the whole. What's it called? What's that?
The FDA approval.
FDA, yeah. FDA
I think that's
approval.
food, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah,
think
we know
it's what-
what you
The
mean.
equivalent of the pharmacy.
equivalent,
FDA
yeah.
is for food. So
No, but
all
you
I
know
think
what it
about
is? The FDA are on some bullshit because there's stuff that's
Okay.
out there that shouldn't. No, man. I'm tired of these people, man. Fuck this. Listen, there's stuff that's out there, and you're saying, hold on, how did this get out so quick? And then on top of that, it's like, if you get given the cure tomorrow, all these pharmaceutical companies, they stop tomorrow. That is it. But they don't want to give no cure. They just give you something to keep going, and it's just sad, man. It's the world you live in. Greed. It's crazy.
It's sad, man. But love to anyone who is dealing with that in their life. But yeah, and then also what happened? So basically, you know, we've talked about, we've actually given the headlines here about everything that's going on in Maui at the moment. So I don't know how this got out, but I don't know. I just saw a screenshot of it, and essentially, Caesar donated 2,500 to a local family in Maui. People are criticizing her.
Why?
Somebody she couldn't have added some extra zeros.
I knew
for her.
you were gonna say
Shut up, man. What have you contributed? But my thing is that people need to stop this whole thing about assuming that I'm not even saying she's broke or anything like that, but assuming people have more money than you think they do. Stop pocket watching celebrities.
Yeah.
The whole writer's strike thing that's going on. Every time I go on TikTok, I'm seeing another person that is an actress that was mainly then doing script writing, talking about they're going to lose their home tomorrow because of the writer's strike and all that kind of stuff. Like, we see you all the time, even all these celebrities that keep coming out wherever their retirement home to come and be doing tours of 150 cities that the body can't deal with. Just stop it, man. I thought it was really, really out of order and stuff like that. What people don't understand is that what that does, their peers, it deters them from giving. Because like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get cut because I'm not giving them 10 grand. But the joke is, even if she gave them 10 grand, we're like, oh, you couldn't do 20 grand. You couldn't do. Do you get what I mean? Like, just stop it, man.
You can't. It doesn't matter what you do, man. You can't.
Can't win.
Yeah, you can't win. Basically, you shouldn't. And the worst thing, that's the last thing you should do. Pocket watch.
And it's annoying because she didn't even put the thing out. I feel like it was. I don't know how it got out there. But sometimes it's like the family just expressing their gratitude. And then the person ends up getting cooked, and now the family feel bad and all that. I just think it's silly, man. Leave people alone. Speaking of leaving people alone, right? Esther Falana,
Who's that?
do you remember from Backchat?
Yeah.
Esther, the UK's Esther, basically posted something on a Snapchat. So I spoke about Sasha Ellis, that's got Nala's mum. Do you know Nala? Everyone knows Nala. Nala's baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Nala's mum. So she's a Christian and she was talking about like navigating social media, all that kind of stuff. So she put a video out on her Snapchat talking about how she's basically deleted the men on her Snap. It's a girls only situation at the moment. Because she was talking about like how all these guys talk about, I just want to be friends with you. They're lying.
She said something about unless you're a Christian in the church. We don't.
Yeah,
need
but
you don't need
Sasha,
to be friends.
baby, I know you just come into the faith. They're the ones you really want to stay away from. So, especially the drummers. Oh, don't you ever get entangled with a musician in church.
We saying that man getting in
They're
there,
the
drummers.
worst.
The drummers, you know.
They are
just
the
be hitting the
worst.
drums and looking at the girls in the crowd and all that. Pure eye contact, you know. Wink every now and then and all that. But I hear it, man. I hear it. The man gotta get in, man. They gotta get in.
But yeah, so basically she put that out and then Esther reposted it, something like that. Anyway, but basically, what I'm trying to get to, some guy, some random person on her Snapchat just started messaging her these stupid, hateful things. So Esther's 31 years old and she's got a daughter. Her daughter, is her twin. Beautiful young girl. They're actually, like, when they say you create yourself, and I think she's showing a picture of her mum as well. It's actually, they all look alike. It's so funny.
The genes are
it's so
strong.
cute. Honestly, the genes are so strong. So basically, so she's never shied away from the fact that she's got a daughter, all that kind of stuff. Like she takes pride in being a good mum. And this person here was like, in regards to your story, this is a story about what Sasha said about men and whatnot. In regards to your story, it's delusional to think a man would build himself up to 50k plus a year to settle down with an old 35-year-old baby mum, plus you're extremely dark skinned. You gotta be realistic. Do you know what's your problem?
Yeah,
that's wild. Still, that's wild.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Where do you see men chasing? He goes on. Doesn't stop there.
Really?
Yeah, he does. He's a sicko. He's an actual sicko. Where do you see men chasing 35-year-old hood baby mums? If you were 8 out of 10 or above, or at least mixed, I'd say cool. He's a colourist. But we're in a colourist society. Man said we're in a as if he's not the leader of the pack. No N-word is bringing home no dark skin, hood, 35-year-old baby mum. His friends would tell him he can do better.
Wow.
Then he says, then he had a screenshot of Sasha. Send her a picture of Sasha. Say, if you look like this, I'd say, okay, fair enough.
Why is he on her like that?
He said, if colorism wasn't real, you wouldn't see so many black women bleaching. Why? Because they know men love mixed light brown skinned women. I'm not here to put you down. As if. I'm not here to put you down. I'm here to say saying a man should build himself before he speaks to you is unrealistic as you're not at that level required. It's always the men that would never...
Wait, did you just go to her DMs?
Straight in her messages.
Because I saw something here and I didn't read it. And she was basically saying something. No, I'm not. I think she was not apologizing, but she was saying, "No, I'm not talking to all men." She said something about, that's the point I saw.
No, I think that was a risk. Because basically people were checking in on her and she was saying how, because essentially her message was that how black men need to have conversations with other men and black boys about colorism and like how they cannot be spewing this hate. Kind of check your friends and raise these boys well. Kind of that kind of vibe. And obviously she's just talking about you. Whenever that's the thing, whenever you say black men, there's someone's like, yeah, but not all black men. Well, shut up. Do I know all black men? Do you think I'm talking about all black men?
The problem there is problem there is when some people say black men as opposed to saying, oh, some of you black men, you get. So,
yeah, but the some is always implied, considering that I have not gone on a world tour meeting all the black men in the world.
It's not really but
I think it's easier to assume that someone doesn't mean every single.
No, obviously
exactly.
I know
Exactly.
that we all know, but it's just that.
Do you know the people that I think highlighted? The people that I think highlighted are the people that are triggered by what's been said. Because a lot of times I hear people say black women or girls or black. I never think this is about me. Because what they're talking about, it doesn't apply to me. If it's something that applies to me, I'm aware it applies to me. But then I have shame. So I'm not even letting you know, hey, say something, because not all of us. I don't care about awards and letting you know that, no, hi, I'm a different kind of black girl. I don't care about all of that stuff.
I didn't know what it was about. So all I just saw was her saying, oh, I'm not talking to all black men. So I'm surprised she even come back and said, oh, I'm not talking about
No, I feel like there
men.
would have been some irritating people that are like, oh, no, but not all black men. You guys always generalize. Shut up. That is the most, honestly, when I say that's the most annoying thing. I hated it so, I still hate it so much. Not all black men. But anyways, man, the point is, sometimes we think that we're living in a society where everyone is aware of colorism. People are not. There's still a bunch of sickos out in this world. It's so disgusting.
That's crazy.
Very disgusting.
It's so disgusting.
And it's a shame you can't even see what that person actually looks like.
And that's the thing.
You know, like...
Because this is a very pretty girl.
Yeah.
So I know the person that's speaking back there, I know your looks don't even compare because you will have your picture.
This is the problem though, when people are talking on, behind a computer, XYZ, it thinks it gives them license to say certain things. It does not. Because it's a small world. As much as it looks big, you can run into people. And then, you run into the wrong person, then,
that's true.
What do they say?
Say
the bear. Huh?
What did you say?
Nothing.
Save the bear.
Yeah, what's his name? Mystical. So don't help me save the bear. No?
Oh.
Yeah. Went over your head.
No.
Yeah, but mystical isn't my source for that quote. I've heard that quote before.
Where'd you hear it from?
Like, if you see me and a bear fighting,
Yeah.
don't save me, save the bear.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that from mystical.
Where did you?
Just from life, man.
Actually, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that before.
Where did you hear it?
They're just talking about like how strong they are.
Where did you hear it?
Not from Mystical. I think Mystical got it from where we got
Yeah,
it.
no, 100%. I'm sure, but I heard it from the Mandem, and the Mandem probably got it from Mystical. Like, I don't know where.
I don't know.
I don't think Mystical is the.
He's not.
origin
No,
of that
he's not.
quote.
Well, clearly not. I just found out that he's not. But
Who
that's
is
where
Mystical anyway?
Rapper.
some guy that went jail ages ago. You don't know Mysticals.
It was a while ago.
Let's not do
It was
this.
a while
It
ago.
was relevant ages ago.
Danger.
Yeah.
Danger.
All I hear is danger.
I know.
Get on the floor. Been so long. Shake your ass. Watch yourself.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who that is.
Oh, look. See?
I know that song. That one song.
Attention, all you pleasant pimps right now when the
Okay, yeah, I do.
president-
I do.
Yeah. See?
Oh, okay.
Told
I
you.
like.
That's what he had it in one of his songs basically.
Oh yeah, he definitely got from somewhere else.
Yeah, but I don't know. But all now you can't tell me who the source is. But he's all.
It's one of those
That's
sayings.
crazy. That's alright. Cool.
It was before our time.
Yeah.
Before any of us got here, they've been saying that.
These are all making it up now.
Cain and
man.
Abel times.
Conspiracy.
All right, my last bit of news for you guys. I love juicy gist, yeah, but also, I love when people try to shame you and you can just reverse back on them. So remember the whole thing about Keke Palmer and her ex-boyfriend, his embarrassing, shameful ass.
What did he do?
So basically, she went to Usher concert.
Oh yeah, she was dressed a certain way.
She had a nice dress on.
Yeah.
But he was really upset that
Yeah.
Usher was serenading this girl. You remember the whole thing happened? He goes online talking about you a mother though. Okay. And that whole thing
Yeah,
and
I
whatever
remember.
else, she's now got merch that says you a mother though. Had the cute little baby, I think baby name is Theo or something like that. Show her as a baby. It was all sweet and great. Another thing, she's been moving very, very unbothered. She hasn't addressed. I think she's been moving very unbothered and just serving looks on the gram and everywhere, looking beautiful.
Serving looks. And
I see yesterday on her, because I follow her, I see yesterday on her page a video, but I can see it says Usher, and I'm like, oh, okay. Usher's releasing a new song today. It's out 3 p.m. in the UK. Releasing a new song today, accompanied with a music video. I've never looked forward to a music video in my life. I'm looking forward to this shit. Usher is releasing a song called Boyfriend, starring the one and only Keke. I will never miss a check, Palmer. I love that girl, that woman, and her management, the PR of all of this, the marketing of it all.
This is not right. Though.
This is
Yeah,
perfect.
no.
This is not right.
This is
I'm not gonna lie.
perfect.
Usher's lost some points with me.
Nah, man, he's gained so many with me.
Usher is a legacy.
So
act
what
at
is
this
she
point.
meant to
He's
be-
a legend, yeah.
Yeah.
He's leaning into
She's in
Yeah,
the
but
video.
what is she meant to be
clout
doing in
and
this? Is she in the
chasing
video?
the
Is she in
popular
the song
thing.
doing what?
She's the main. I think she's the lead in the video, because you know what he did, yeah. Because not only did he insult Keke, yeah, he insulted Usher when he did all of that stuff. Because you know what it is, like, to have drama, yeah. Like, you had Usher trending for the wrong reasons, first of all, yeah, trying to make it, and then to the point where who was it? Was it what's her name? One of those models. But basically, she went to Usher's show, and then you know how
Winnie
like,
Harlow.
if he sees Winnie Harlow, that's
Winnie
it. If he sees like a celebrity or whatever, he just sings and whatever. She quickly sat on her man's lap. Like, now there's that
No
narrative.
way.
She did. Obviously, it's a joke, but I feel like it was a joke. Some of the girls think she was being a bird, but
A
two
bird.
things can be true at once. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
But
true.
I think this is perfect. I think this is absolutely perfect. You don't get to dictate how women should live because they've got your kid. No. And this is I hope this is a deterrent to every other man who thinks they can be dictating to women how they should live. This is fantastic.
So the deterrent.
Even if I don't like the song, I'm still gonna rock with it. I'm looking forward to the video. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see what
I
happens.
mean, it's going a bit. I mean, what's the tune? I just want to see. I just want to hear what.
Because you know what she's doing? Do you know what she's doing? Because he's a retired football player, or whatever he was doing. He wasn't bringing in the checks into the house. That's the cheekiest thing, right? But what she's doing, she's turned his foolishness into feeding their child. She's making money to feed their child. She's on a whole tour.
What's
so
her-
the music
her
tour at the
boyfriend's
moment as
name?
well. Second?
What's the ex-boyfriend's name?
Darius. We can't pick phones anymore, unfortunately. Brent is gone. So you can keep your silly comments to yourself.
Darius what, sorry?
I'm playing. No one get the phone, please. Darius something. He gives me like a Jackson vibe.
I was going to get the charger, but I can get the phone. I don't know.
Sorry guys, we're all really occupied.
What I do, just answer.
You're right, it's Jackson, but that wasn't a guess you knew.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
See, that's why I said to watch what goes in my mind. I didn't know his name was in my mind.
Subconsciously, innit?
Exactly. I know, man. It's really petty, but is there cool there? Oh, you can call back if you want to.
Call on WhatsApp instead.
Call on WhatsApp
I'll
instead.
just check his net worth.
What's his net worth?
According to this, might not be accurate, but it's saying 500,000 to 1 million.
Shit is a lie.
Oh, you think he's worth less than that?
This is. He was,
You're rude.
do you know
That's
what?
rude, bro.
Do you know
That's
what?
not
No,
a lie.
do you know why he had
That's a lie. It
time?
should be higher.
No. Do you know why he had time to be checking what his girlfriends were and who was singing to her? Because he was jobless. That's why.
He's a retired football
The
player.
men
man.
who are working hard.
What's he meant to be doing? He's
Men,
retired.
listen, men who are working hard and in the words of Nigerians, they have something doing. They're not checking for what underwear their wife, their girl
He's
wore
not
out.
Nigerian though.
And the craziest thing is, they were broken up. He's a salty egg.
Oh, they weren't together.
They're not together.
No, they
So
they weren't together.
at the time he did that, they weren't together.
Oh,
so he went online to cuss and embarrass her. And that's why I like what Usher's doing, because you can't embarrass somebody because they had your child. You don't own her because she had your child.
I thought they were together. You know?
Yeah, I
Nah,
thought
they're
they were
not.
all the
Nah,
time.
they weren't. Morning, caller.
Well, guys, Black Rob.
How are you, right?
Well, you can already. Yeah, how you doing, guys? Sorry, yeah, how
good,
you
man.
guys, everyone? Nah, it's real petty. That's the thing, though. I know it's a continuation of the last discussion we had, but I don't think an eye for eye is that. It kind of shows. I don't know. It just shows people's character once that if someone does something to me, my instinct reaction isn't a get back, especially if it's my partner, because that's not a healthy way to have a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Just take the higher road, innit? And I think that she's just trying to poke the bear. And it also shows the dynamics of the relationship. She's the one in power, in controlling that relationship, and she's mugging the guy off. Like the guy's probably getting it from left, right, and center from everyone else. Obviously, what he did was wrong. We've agreed that he shouldn't have gone to the internet. But like, she's further emasculating him.
Esther, what's your thoughts on this?
On what?
On what Black Rob just said?
That's Black Rob's opinion, isn't it?
You got any pushback?
Of course not. I don't care. I said what I said. I said what I said. Not in a rude way, but everyone entitled to their opinions. Like I'm not gonna push back on his opinion because that's his opinion.
No.
And I respect the fact that he
understand
thinks. Here he goes. I respect the fact that he thinks the way he thinks, and that's great. But I believe that when actions have consequences, and I think one of my issues as well in life is that sometimes people do something to you, and then they want you to take the high ground.
I'm not with
but
that.
why didn't you take the high
Yeah,
ground?
I'm not. You know
then
what
we
it
wouldn't
is?
be here going low together.
Yeah.
I know Michelle Obama said when they go low, you go high, but sometimes I want to go low.
Yeah. Sometimes I want to
go
go low to the
lower.
floor, like right down.
I want
to
to
the
floor,
floor.
bitch. So,
Yeah, no,
so
I
do
hear
you know
it,
what I mean?
man.
So I guess what he did was bad, and yes, this is all petty. But when you think of the massive scale in which he embarrassed her, I'm sorry, this. I think this might be good enough, and I hope she lips Usher in that video. I hope he grabs her cheek.
I don't know about that. Yeah, but
I'm gonna take a new strategy. I'm gonna take a new strategy.
Rob, what's your
I'm gonna take a new
comeback to
strategy.
this?
Yes. I wonder what's as the probably I don't know what you're in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Is whenever your partner wrongs you, is retaliation conducive to the healthiness of your relationship?
I don't believe so. No. My first thought isn't revenge or get back. No.
Why is that use? Why is that?
Why is that? Because that's not the way I'm programmed. It's not the way I'm wired. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's mature to a degree as well. No.
You don't think it's healthy or mature to a payback is healthy or mature? Why? Okay.
No, not for me.
See, the Jews believe
That's
different.
that's a good point, actually. That's a good point Rob's made. But Yusuf, you also would never embarrass your girl publicly, would you? Like something when you got her number. Exactly. When you got her number. Because you know what's wild, yeah? When you're actually deep, like he has a number. He has a number. But he went online instead to say, you're a mother, this is embarrassing, you should know how to act. You can't come back from that, man. You can't come back from that. Because imagine a world where people didn't stand up for her, everyone was cooking her. She'd have been getting cooked, and being dragged for what she was wearing because she wanted a night out from being a mum.
And then she got much.
We've all kind of everyone in
money.
the room agrees that what she did was wrong. What he did was wrong. Like, I think there's no one disagreeing that. Like, I think we all agree what he did was wrong. I'm saying that in times like that, the way your partner behaves in response to that lets you peer into a little bit of their character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, but it makes sense. But I'm peeping the character that you're peeping the character in me that I already peeped in you. Because you did what you did, and I saw your character. So now I'm moving.
So his character is showing
let's everybody see each other's character, and that's great. It is what it is at the end of the day, man.
No, for real though. Sometimes I don't want to take the high ground.
I
Why am I doing that?
I hate that whole take the high ground
Why?
thing.
But for
because it puts the responsibility on you.
You know how much
No.
time
Yeah,
I've got?
it's different in a relationship, though. I'm all for. I'm not gonna lie. I'm all for pettiness when it comes to like when it's corporate stuff. When it's, do you know what I mean? All that type of stuff. I'm all for it. Like when it's like, I will come from the school of 50 Cent when it comes to like corporate stuff. But in my relationship, you gotta. It's different because at the end of the day, you still got to live with that person. If you claim to love that person, you can't be trying to score points and win. Winning doesn't like. You know, there's always saying like, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right?
I want to be right.
I think a lot of times, sometimes it sounds like you're trying to score points, and I think that's not conducive in a relationship.
Yeah, that's great.
See, Esther, we ain't competing.
Who's not competing?
You and your partner, you're not in competition.
Of course we're not, but my partner cannot embarrass me publicly, and that is something I'm going to stomach. I hate embarrassment. That is one of, like, I cut people off for embarrassing me. So my partner cannot embarrass me. Say I was Keke, my partner cannot do that to me. And you think that moving forward now, Usher calls me to be in this video, and you think I'm going to sit there and consider your feelings when I just had our baby that's not even 6 months old yet. My hormones are still trying to rebalance themselves. Women are sensitive about how it is that they look post what's it called? Furthermore, as well, do you know what the crazy? It's not even about what she was wearing, because this man had her bum up when she was twerking one time privately. He was recording that and put it online himself. So it's not about what she was wearing. It's the fact that your ego was hurt because you saw someone who is a man singing to your girl while she's at a concert. So for me, yeah, like my partner, if I put myself in Keke's position, that's not something my partner can do to me, and we come back from this. Like, even if I don't decide to do petty stuff and whatever else, you are not somebody that I can trust, because that shit, that move you pulled, we cannot come back from that. So for me, at the end of the day, this is obviously just to us, but that's their real life. Furthermore, anyway, these are celebrities. Like, after the whole thing happened, she announced she was going on a tour, on a music tour, which was obviously in the works anyway. She had a new single out. She's been posting like little clips, little TikTok. Like, she's marketing based off what was meant to be bad publicity. And that's how they make their money. So I'm not going to be here and be like, well, you know, that's petty. Yeah, from my view, yeah, it is a petty move to make. Because I saw that, I said, yeah, do you know what? Closing ceremony, they win, her and Usher. But at the end of the day, that's how they make the money.
Exactly.
And she's making the money to feed her
winners
child.
and losers.
But for me, I'm not going to take paracetamol for a headache that Keke Palmer and Usher are clearly not having. But Darius clearly does. But that's my business. But you can't embarrass your partner, and then your response to that should be, yeah, I know I did wrong, but you should do better. You shouldn't have done wrong in the first place, because that's your partner. No one knows your partner more than you. No one should know your partner more than you do. And so you will know what it is that affects your partner and what would like make them upset. So you don't get to hurt me, and then when I do my own back, tell me that I should take the high road. It doesn't work like that. Your road should have been high in the first place. Then we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. But you did say they win. Usher and Keke win. So if they win, Darius loses. If your partner loses, that means you're.
That's not her partner. That's her ex, babes, and no one cares.
Yeah. Okay. Ex. Okay. Anyway.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Cool. Anyway, pride comes before the fall. Bye.
Thanks, Black Rob.
Appreciate it, Black Rob, man.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, anyways, big up Keke, never missing a damn check in my life, Palmer, and I'll be looking forward to the music video. And Yusuf, will you be covering that in the rotation?
I will do.
Thank you very much. All right, let's get to the People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. So, I think for a long time in a while, I've got some good news, man. So the rate, yes, according to official figures, right, inflation has fallen sharply.
Thank God.
Yes.
About time.
That's great.
I mean, this is not obviously the be-all and end-all.
Round two.
This person was trying to call from before, though, so
Okay,
that's what he's trying to say.
Hey, yo.
Hello, caller. Sorry, 1 second. How do I do this?
Just put on speaker and put it with the mic.
No, but it's on this screen here. I don't get.
Is it WhatsApp?
No, it's the normal thingy. 1 second, caller.
Put it on
Press
what's
the,
it called?
is there a green bubble
top.
in the corner?
Oh, I think they're actually gone now.
Yeah, no, they're gone.
Okay, cool. Caller, call back here. Yeah, so like I was saying, inflation's gone down, man. So the consumer price index, the CPI, which is basically a measure of inflation, right? It fell to 6.8%, down from 7.9%. So this is a big drop. So I guess obviously it's good news, but at the same time, when it's such a sharp drop, you don't necessarily think it's going to just remain like that. It may bounce up a bit, you know what I'm saying, in the next couple of months as well. So, but it does show that things are kind of getting better. At least that's the hope anyway. But basically, it came down, what they're saying, because a lot of goods and services have become cheaper. So stuff like electricity, gas, milk, bread, cheese, petrol, diesel, all of us kind of, you know what I mean? We've seen the differences there, but there are certain things that are still kind of high, like, you know, like air travel and hotel prices and things of that nature. So it's kind of balancing certain things out. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man, to see that it has dropped.
So I can't get a Snickers for 30p?
Nah. Prices, the thing is...
It had to be in World War IV.
I had to ask.
That's stealing.
I had to ask.
But that's a good question, though, because a lot of the time people think inflation, when it drops, the prices go down. That's not necessarily the case. The prices may stay the same. It's just the value of your money may increase again. You know what I'm saying? To kind of combat it.
Tired of these people, man.
Next thing is somewhat related to it, yeah, which is also a good thing. And this is basically, it's emerged that private sector wages and the total pay, basically, it's including bonuses as well, has surpassed inflation. So it hasn't done this for a few years now, actually. So obviously this is a good thing. The economists, the analysts out there, they thought that the unemployment rate will pretty much stay the same at 4%, but that has gone up, which is not a good thing. It's gone up to 4.2% because the number of job vacancies fell as well by 66,000. So right now, job vacancies are about 1.02 million in the country, right? And they kind of went down. But wages have risen to 8.2%, generally anyway, you know what I'm saying? Which is also something that factors into inflation as well. So it's been 2 years since inflation in the private sector has risen above, since the wages in the private sector has risen above inflation. Last time was since September of 2021. The next thing I wanted to do, this is interesting, right? I remember I was talking about The Prestige, right, earlier. The same guy, Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen The Big Short?
No, but I was told to watch that. That's a film I have to watch.
Yes, watch it. You said watch it. Esther, watch it. The Big Short,
The Big
right?
Short, yeah.
It's basically about the financial crash.
Yeah.
And basically this guy who basically shorted on the market. Everyone believed the market was going to keep booming, doing well.
He went the other way.
Everyone was like, "Are you crazy?" If you see the film, it makes a lot more sense in the way I'm saying. But basically, the gist of the film is, and it's based on real life.
They're saying that that's what's going to happen.
Well, this same guy who's in that film,
yeah,
that it was based on, he's come out now and he's doing the same thing.
Doing the same thing?
He's doing the same thing right now.
What's his name?
His real name is Michael Burry.
Hold on.
So he's a hedge fund boss.
Okay, does he tell you what he's investing in?
No, he's basically, because a lot of the time, they don't short on certain companies. They do it on the whole S&P, and stuff like that. So basically, he just believes there's going to be a crash.
Michael what?
Burry, Burry.
Burry.
Yeah, man. So he held negative options on both the S&P and the NASDAQ, right? And basically, yeah, man, this guy made millions. If you see, like, hundreds of millions, if you see what happened in the film as well, like, there was so much pressure on this guy. People were acting like he was crazy. Because obviously this is loads of people's money.
He stuck to his guns, though,
He stuck to it. And afterwards,
they were on his dick.
because he was like, yo, like, the figures don't make sense. This has been, like, propped up, like, by some crazy measures, and no one's clocked. The maths doesn't work. This is not going to continue to expand
really
the way you think it.
sustainable,
Yeah, it's not sustainable. So he was like, look, any moment now, someone's gonna figure this out.
And it happens.
And once it happens, everyone's gonna be done.
How
at
much
it.
people lost their money as well.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Imagine that you work your whole life, you put your life savings in there, and then, like, you know, in the space of a day, that shit is gone.
Crazy. So what they're saying is that he's got notional value. He's got options with a notional value of $886 million against the S&P 500. That's how much he's basically done, right? In addition to that, he's got $738 million in options against the Invesco, the QQQ Trust, the ETF. So he's got an ETF as well on the NASDAQ, right? Which comprises of like Apple, Microsoft, Tesla. A lot of people have ETFs or index funds and stuff like this, but he's basically got them against these things. So he's not investing it going up.
Yeah.
He believes it's all gonna
I'm
drop.
gonna get him with this guy, man. Wherever he's going, I'm going over there. Like,
yeah, man.
Sounds like he's doing a damn thing.
This is crazy. So according to CNN, he's bet on a market downturn with amounts, he's bet on the market downturn, like I just said, but it amounts to 90% of his firm's portfolio. 90%. If he's wrong, he's
out.
He's just more than like he's finitoed. He's done.
He might have the whole money.
You know what I'm saying. So people are not too sure why it is that he's taking such a negative like position as well.
Doesn't matter. Like they say, look what happened last time.
Yeah, but you at least last time, to be fair, last time he would have explained it to people around him, innit? So
Wouldn't he do the same now? Wouldn't he do the same thing now?
So, but I think in terms of like news outlets, I don't think they know.
Explain it to news outlets.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying, okay.
And they're thinking this is crazy because the S&P actually right now is up roughly about 17% for the year to date. 17%. And the NASDAQ is up almost 39% over the same period. So it's looking like things are kind of bouncing back. And this guy is saying, guys, don't get excited. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously, this is not financial advice, but I believe, obviously, in like investing in index funds and stuff like this. Innit?
I'm on what he's on. I don't know about I don't know about you guys. I'm on what he's on. He see the thing coming from before. It's just like Noah's Ark. But Noah was trying to tell people, we got to pack up, and they were like, "Shut up, Noah, man." Do you know what I mean? And then look, everyone just got flooded out. So, boy.
So yeah, man, it's crazy. Next thing I wanted to talk about is the Bank of Ireland. So basically, there was a glitch on their online app. Yeah,
no way.
Telling you, man. And basically, what happened was it allowed customers with no money in their account to transfer funds out of their account.
No, where was that, man?
And withdraw it. So people were actually
England.
People found out, right?
What was it called? Bank of what?
Bank of Ireland.
You feel like I thought you were gonna join them? You feel you're gonna make that mistake
I
again?
know something in Ireland right now. Funny enough.
That's silly. But do they want the money back? I don't have it.
This is what the
I
bank
don't
is
care.
saying.
Listen, you can ask for the money back. God, I transferred it to Nigeria, Abuja, time
He
ago.
said it's gone.
It's gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
What? How much now? Did it say
Well,
that?
it was £1,000.
Yeah.
So that was the max payment.
That's alright. That's a nice
Yeah,
little
I mean, you're not gonna
tax free.
Yeah, tax free fashion. So I mean, you're not complaining.
But how many £1,000?
That's a lot of people.
The bank was basically saying, no, these people are lying in it. The daily limit that you could withdraw was 500 euros. But some people actually saying, no, I took out 1,000.
No, do you know how funny that is? Because
don't tell me.
they're saying, that's a lie. As if it should have been possible in the first place.
Yeah.
Exactly. Can you imagine?
You don't know how far this... So do they actually want the money back?
Yeah. So the bank's basically warning that.
What the hell?
We are gonna obviously investigate and get the money back.
Investigate. Yeah. How much? Do you know how much people they're gonna investigate?
You gotta put your account and
Crazy.
show up when they pull the sheet out.
Crazy.
When they print out the names.
I'll just close down the account, man.
Yeah, but if the account's still open, all they gotta do is just take the money back.
Yeah, but
they transferred it out.
Yeah, but you have to
And
put
these
money.
are
You have to put
people.
money in the account
Yeah.
when you take it
No,
back.
that's what I'm saying. Unless you just keep your account empty forever.
Exactly.
Cheapest.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'll open a new
People
bank.
do that.
Yeah,
Because
why?
remember, people switch
Yeah,
and
people
get
switch
like
all the time.
£150.
Yeah, 2 bills to switch and all
to
that.
switch. So imagine
Why not?
£1,000. This is okay. That's fine. I close it down. That's it.
The man will be out of pocket.
That ain't no problem.
Remember, banks. So when you go into a bank and you want a certain amount, they sometimes tell you to come back the next day because they haven't got the money there.
Yeah.
So really and truly, they're borrowing other people's money aney.
Yeah.
100%.
Like constantly borrowing other people's money. So boy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like literally, there were just queues in Ireland. People at ATMs.
No way. Queues.
Yes.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that needs to happen over here. Like the streets will be flooded.
Crazy. So yeah, a lot of people just basically figured it out. They transfer the money into like a Revolut account and it goes straight to the ATM.
Draw
Pull out
that
the
out.
peas, man.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
it's drawn out, that's it. It doesn't matter. They tried to get it back.
Yep. And the last thing I wanted to mention, this isn't really the biggest thing, but it's fraudulent behavior, man. There's a broadband provider called 6G Internet, right? That's just the name of the thingy.
Fraudulent. That's yeah.
Because it kind of basically, right? The advertising watchdog is basically slapping down on their behaviors, and they're saying because you're labeled 6G Internet, right? Plus some of the things that they were doing, which I'll get into, it implies there's the existence of 6G.
Okay.
And that you're the only ones with it. You know what I'm saying? Your internet is super fast, it's that and the third. You know what I'm saying? So people are kind of leaving where they are to come over to them.
There.
This is it, man. Like on their website, they're talking about the 6G internet story, saying Wi-Fi 6 router benefits. Like, because obviously they can just keep using 6 because of their company name.
Yeah.
But really,
that's smart though.
This is what they're saying. But at the end of the day,
are they being investigated?
Yeah. They're basically saying, that it's wrong, isn't it? It's false advertising.
6G.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man, for the People's Journal.
Let's get into Wellness Wednesday. Did you press the right thing?
What did you do?
No, I can't hear now.
I'd like to continue the theme of listening and want to talk to you about the internal frequency you are tuned into. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where you had something important to share, but the other person just wouldn't stop talking?
I know his voice.
They talked over you, oblivious to what you had to say, and refused to hear you. You really wanted to tell them something important, something you felt they needed to know or understand, but you couldn't convey it to them. We've all been there, and it's frustrating. Now, think of your brain as that conversation. When you're speaking, you're not listening. We are all looking for answers, solutions, or just a hint of understanding about who we are and what we want. But are we really paying attention? We are stuck in the loop of talking, thinking, but not truly hearing. When you have ideas on repeat, especially limiting ones like the kind of man or woman you want to date, or you believe there is only one solution to your challenges, and without that solution, you can never be happy. You are tuned into a frequency of a monologue that is blocking the frequency that could be trying to tell you that your identity, beliefs, or values have changed. That you could be open to receiving in ways you have previously blocked from your internal dialogue. So here's the idea. Flip that switch in your brain. Shift from speaking to hearing. Imagine if your brain was a radio dial and you were tuning into the frequency of receiving. I'd like you to embrace this idea in 3 ways. 1. Not just in your conversations, but in life as a whole. What's your body telling you when you interact with certain people and your environment? Listen to your body when you feel a shift in energy. 2. Learn the art of listening over projecting. When you are projecting and making assumptions on the other person's words, you are causing yourself an unnecessary internal distress. Seek clarity before forming ideas on their intention. 3. It's important to know what you are listening to. Are you listening to your pattern of victimization and trauma, or are you listening for your pattern of acceptance, solution, and breakthrough? Believe me when I say this, both the problem message and the solution message play simultaneously in your conscience. Your task is to fine-tune your frequency to the latter. And when you do this, you will feel more in tune with yourself, and the clarity you receive will be the foundation of the next steps you need to follow if you want to start living in alignment with your true self and desires.
That was wonderful. I love that.
Yep.
I approve this message.
All right.
All right, let's get into our next headlines. No,
Oh,
rotation. Let's get into rotation. Do you want me to do the camera by you? I know it's just
yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
You sure?
I'm positive. All right, guys, welcome to the rotation. You guys remember I reported that Giggs' album's coming out on the 18th. Well, that's this Friday. And the track list has been released. And I'm going to read it to you. Well, the features anyway. Get you guys excited. So 18 tracks altogether, and it's feature heavy, right? So you got Diddy on there, of course, on Mandem. You've got Popcorn, Dave East, Jadakiss, a gentleman called Jerry Green, someone called Holy, Low J, 21 Savage, Pot of Paper, Tiny Boost, and Dave.
A lot of people on there, man.
Yeah, quite a lot of features, 18 songs. Any of those features pique your interest, Rich? From what I've read, anyone, you know what, I want to listen to that first.
I'm going to say him, Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Tiny Booth.
Tiny Boost.
Boost, sorry. Did you say Dave?
I said Dave, yeah.
Dave East.
I said Dave and Dave East.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Dave, both of them.
Both Daves.
I don't know the names that you read that I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, he's got a few.
I can't speak.
I guess
I can't speak about them.
relatively unknown to me anyway. I don't know who Jerry Green is or Low J or Holy. So
Yeah, but
Low
interested to
J
hear
is
what.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
The song. Majo Mona Lisa.
Oh, is it?
Oh, okay.
That's Lil J. That was Lil J and Stars.
Okay, big.
So
Yeah,
Afrobeats.
Okay.
yeah. What's called as well?
Oh, that's an Afrobeat song. Okay.
There's one more.
Well, the song is called Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Sorry.
Africans, they love to praise God.
So I'm sure we can get a vibe from that. Anything stick out to you, man, from those features?
I think the only, I don't know, I'm not too sure why, but I think the Boost.
Boost one. Yeah.
Because I feel like I haven't heard Boost and Gigs for
a while.
the longest.
They had a song on one of Boost's projects not too long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, not too long ago. But yeah, that's coming out. The album is called Zero Tolerance, and that drops on Friday. So obviously, I'll give you guys my thoughts on that next week.
Nice.
And then we got Fredo's album. Did you listen to it, or have you listened to it?
I haven't
Rich?
heard it. No.
No?
Is it out? Yeah.
Yeah, it's out. It's out.
I haven't
Came
heard
out last week. I know Marg's probably listened to it because he was looking forward to it. So I gave it the twice over. And although Fredo's a good rapper, I find that he lacks range and he lacks versatility. Everything just kind of sounds the same, and after a while, it just gets kind of boring. He kind of sounds the same on every song. He doesn't really switch up his flow, delivery, cadence, whatever. He just kind of sounds the same.
I don't think I have a lot of tracks with him. I got maybe a few features, but I don't know if I got a big playlist.
Yeah.
Loads of different tracks from hip hop to rock to jazz to classical. So I try to just stay open minded about different sounds and all that. I feel if I like something, I can jump to it. That's it. So but yeah, I'll probably give it a listen.
Yeah, give it a listen. It's decent. It's a decent rap album, but I just feel like it lacks, and I feel like a lot of his projects have lacked range. It's just one thing from start to finish, and he just has one style, and that's it. He doesn't veer away from that one style.
But do all rappers have to do that though?
They don't have to do that, but for me personally, I just find it a bit boring.
Okay.
Like,
you want to hear something different?
Yeah, it's very cohesive, but it's almost too cohesive to where it feels like the song hasn't changed.
Okay.
And the beats are obviously they're different, but the beats all have the same.
Okay, let me ask you this from a music point of view. Do you feel like artists are meant to evolve in terms of like, so whatever they were talking about when they were 17, it's not the same thing they should be talking about when they're 21, 22, not the same thing they should be talking about when they're 28, 29?
I believe artists should evolve, and his subject matter is not what I'm kind of critiquing here.
Okay.
It's more so the sound of his voice.
No, but that was just a sidebar question.
Yeah, well, okay, cool. Sidebar question. Yes, I think artists should evolve with the times and evolve with their life.
Okay.
So you know how there's a rhetoric out there that, we can't relate to Stormzy no more. Not we, but
yeah,
youngers.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's richer and he talks about things that his listeners can't really relate to in terms of what he's wearing, where he's going, the things he's doing. But he's meant to do that. He's meant to tell you about how he's living now.
Yeah.
As opposed to keep telling you about how he used to be living.
This is my argument about the whole Stormzy thing, and people just need to leave man alone sometimes. Like, I don't see white people critiquing white artists like this. Like, for the love of God, I can't remember a white person or Caucasian, wherever you're from the Caucasus Mountains, whatever, talking about another white artist like this. I just don't.
But they might be, but because we're not in those spaces, we don't hear the conversations.
I mean, you say spaces, but everything is on social media now. As soon as someone
Okay, wait,
does something,
question. How many white people do you follow on social media?
a few.
Okay, because I don't follow any really, so I wouldn't really see a white opinion. No offense, but I really wouldn't hear it online because I don't really follow.
Okay,
I feel like in the white circles, the argument is more. It's more like I feel like when I've seen stuff, it's more to do with stan. It's the stans being weird and stuff like that. Do you get what I mean?
What do you mean stans?
So like a Taylor Swift stan and a Selena Gomez stan, and like if someone releases something, it's just like you kind of like putting. You see how we have the whole Nicki and Cardi thing.
Yeah.
When Nicki puts a song up, people are like, oh my gosh, Cardi would have done better. Cardi does. Is that? I feel like that's what goes on in the white spaces.
Okay.
I don't really feel like there's that. They don't criticize the way we do, because I grew up. I had white friends, and I listened to a lot of pop at one point. Listened to One Direction this morning. I was like, these guys really did a thing. Yeah, I did this morning, random. But so their argument is not the way we are the ones who do that.
But that's what I'm saying now. Why do we do that to our own people? The guy makes music for himself.
I have a theory, people don't want to hear
That's
it.
cool. You talk about your life.
But art is meant to be critiqued, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I feel like in the black community, this is my theory, right?
Yeah.
This is my theory. I feel like black people love to support their own people until those people become successful.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, the spirit of hateration possesses them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I really know, because I've seen it in different industries, not just in the music industry.
Yeah.
I've seen it in different industries where someone's grinding and grafting and grafting and grafting, and you're happy to support them. First of all, the support comes, depending on who it is, support probably comes when it is they become popular. When everyone else comes supporting them, then they want to jump on the bandwagon.
But
that's fair. You know that one, cool, innit? You didn't know, now you know, it's all great. However, I really believe, and I see that when someone gets to a certain level of notoriety, of success, people try to nitpick and find something that they can criticize them for.
Yeah.
Because there's people who probably don't even never listen to Stormzy a day in their life. But when they're on the timeline, you will see them writing. Like I've seen people in like circle tweets and whatnot saying stuff like, I never really liked them anyway, but I'm just gonna add to the smoke that's going on. Do you get me? So I feel like it's a thing. When someone becomes really successful, you don't have a reason to hate them. It's jealousy. I strongly believe that it's envy, and then they start to that manifest in its own way. Because saying you can't relate to somebody because they're now rich, meanwhile you also are working so that one day you can be rich. Where's the make it make sense? It's weird.
I think we do too much. The black people do too much hating, man.
Way too much, man.
Way too much.
Are you talking about just Stormzy situation? Or you talking about
just Stormzy in general, man. Like there's too much hating, and then like again, you want to support, man, when a guy's on or popping. Well, where was the support before? You were.
But are you talking about music right now? Just talking about
in general, in life in general, like we just do too much. There's so much money out there in the world. You want to do this crabs in a barrel thing? Get the hell out of here, man.
Because we see each other as competition.
That's it. Competition.
When we're young,
competition.
In school, everything.
Like when you're playing football, they say, competition breeds excellence.
Yeah.
Cool, no problem. There's nothing wrong with that. But then like, just because we're in competition, it doesn't mean I have to hate on you or stop a move you're trying to do or X, Y, Z. Just support the cause and be easy. There's too much money in the world for us to be doing this shit. That's what I'm saying. Let the man make his music. Let him live, man. Jesus Christ. Don't get it, man. Too much hating, man. Want to pop up after and be like, oh yeah, I see what you did. You're saying this now when our brother's popping. What about when man was in grind mode 24/7, wearing 3 boxes 3 days in a row?
Why are you wearing 3 boxes?
No, I'm not saying me.
I thought you meant 3 boxes at once.
No, but that's so specific.
It's bad enough
so
that man
random.
wear 2 tracksuits at once and they're not hot.
Back in the day, though.
Yeah, no, but I see man do that recently. What do you mean? 2 tracksuits. You know, I'm hot for you and I'm in shorts. Like, I don't know.
Maybe he had a knife, he needed the padding.
Say again?
Maybe he had a tool and he needed the padding.
Even then, no, man. Like, come on, man.
Remember back in the day, though, guys used to wear double layered just to make the legs look a bit, just making things look a bit. Yeah, that was back in the day.
Listen, I don't know where.
What, to make the legs look a bit bulkier?
I don't know where you
Basically,
grew up, bro.
Because I can't think of the reason why guys done that.
Because when it's summertime and you're wearing shorts, we can see you miss
No,
skip leg days.
guys weren't wearing, for example, 2 joggers or joggers underneath their jeans back in the day for because of the weather, because it was cold.
No, but
it was to look a certain way.
It might be then that they were wearing two tracks bottoms to hide something, but not
must
2
be hiding
tracks bottoms
something.
to make their legs look bigger. I've never heard that one in all my life. That's a new one for me.
Are they
bro.
wearing like slim fit?
You're dumb.
Is it bootleg? Because that's the only way you get more volume.
But I'm telling you, it wasn't because it was cold. It wasn't like,
Yeah, definitely.
I'm wearing layers because it's cold.
I think they were hiding
It was
stuff.
just a
No,
aesthetic.
yeah,
In between them, because obviously, if they're packing machetes and stuff,
Oh, yeah, no.
they can cut you.
I ain't talking about roadmen. I'm
Oh,
talking
you
about
mean
just
like
regular
normal,
guys.
everyday
What?
Joes?
Those regular guys just doubling up.
Nah,
Yeah.
them man need to just stay
Double
home.
up.
What? What? Regular what?
Yeah.
Go church, man. Repent. Something, man. That don't make no sense.
I think I've done it once or
Double it
twice.
up.
Yeah. See,
Why?
you're
Why did you
moving
do it?
wild, man.
Fashion, innit?
You're moving
In
wild.
fashion.
Trends.
So
Just,
do you use that?
There's no trend in that, bro. What
Following
are
the
you
trend,
talking
following the
about?
trend.
Okay, back
Okay,
then
cool.
the
Guy.
sagging was a thing as well.
But it's the same
Yeah,
reason
we
why.
sag both.
It's the same reason why we used to stick socks underneath our tongue of our trainers
What?
Oh yeah, to make it
to make the tongue rise.
The girls' heels.
No, man. So you know you got a
Yes.
trainer, right? So you get the tongue,
Yeah.
you ball up a sock,
Yeah.
or you lay the sock and you stick it underneath the tongue so that the tongue rises.
Oh, so then it rests on that.
When you drop your jeans over it, it just lays a bit better.
Okay.
It's
I've
not
never
flat.
done that. I'll be honest with you, big man. I've
You
never
do it?
done that. No, I don't
It's the
know.
equivalent
Where
of
did you grow
girls
up?
stuffing their bras with socks.
East.
A tissue.
No, but, like,
South,
I
I
was in South a lot. So
you
it
grew up in
was
South, man. So like, man said East and then South. But you grew up in East.
No, South.
Yeah, we didn't do that in East.
Oh, you
I
did it
don't
too?
remember
No,
doing that in
this-
East.
this-
Oh, is it? I
thing.
don't know.
I was gonna say that because I only noticed people in South doing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Did
crazy.
you do
Yeah,
anything
yeah, yeah.
when you hit the south borders?
No, I didn't do it really.
No, you
I
did.
didn't.
No,
No,
you don't sound convinced. I'm not believing you.
I'm gonna check if anyone in
Man said
Fashion
the
is so funny, you know.
Tracksuit bottom under the jeans is brazy. That, bro,
Do you know what you must be?
Sweating,
Do you know
bro.
that even wearing jeans here?
Yeah.
Lockdown is when I clocked, damn, man, jeans are wild. How much more wearing tracksuits under actual jeans?
Yeah, that's your hot, man. You're baking for no reason.
Now
Man
you're
trying
a
to lose
psycho.
weight.
That's the
Here's another style that I think back and I think, why did we do this? Did anyone ever wear jogging bottoms and shirts in your day?
Jockey bottoms? No.
You said what kind of shirt?
No, I'm telling you, for
Like an office shirt,
a small window. No, the shirt. No, not like a white.
like a smart shirt.
For a small window,
No.
it was a bit of a thing.
Southman are wild, bro.
Like jogging
Listen, we
bottoms
was not
and a
doing
shirt,
that.
but
What kind of shirts though?
the shirt wasn't tucked in. It was left
Like
out,
a lumberjack shirt.
and
like,
it wasn't like a
guarantee
white
you.
shirt. It was okay, cool. Lumberjack shirt definitely could run
See,
with
I
it.
knew it. I knew
It
it.
had to be a shirt with a bit of style to it, right? So
Hey, no,
hear me out. Don't picture a white office shirt with jogging bottoms.
Yeah, because it's hard not to. Okay.
Picture a lumberjack shirt with jogging bottoms, or the same material lumberjack shirt but a plain colour with jogging bottoms, or even like a Ben Sherman shirt. You know Ben Sherman?
Yeah.
Like a Ben Sherman.
Bro.
So one time I done my black Ben Sherman with some joggers.
What colour were the joggers?
The joggers were like blue. They were Nike, but they were like what's that material that goes?
Yeah,
Oh, that's-
yeah.
yeah,
I know
What's
what
it
you're
called again?
saying.
What's
Not
that material
polyester. Not polyester.
Like
Nylon.
the rainproof material.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to say.
No, I'm not gonna lie. It's not. It's
That's
it don't.
so
It don't.
interesting.
It don't sound like it bangs, bro. I don't know.
No, it
what
banged,
you
it
thought
banged, it
we
banged,
did,
it banged,
brother.
it
I don't know
banged.
But
what
I
you
think
thought we
it's
doing
about
in
the
It
fashion.
banged for back then. Obviously, I wouldn't wear it now.
No, but that's the thing. I feel like it would have banged back then because there
Banged
were a
back
lot
then.
of stupid things people were wearing,
I don't know what. Do you remember off
and it looked
keys?
good back then.
Off keys.
Yeah.
What's that?
You don't know what off keys are?
What's that?
Alright, someone in the chat, tell me if you remember off keys. You know, off keys were like off key Machinos, Versace's, where the jeans were like multiple colours.
Oh yeah.
Crazy mosh is what we used to call it.
You lot called it crazy mosh.
Yeah, crazy mosh.
What? Nah, South London is different. South London is not
Oh,
a
you
real
call it
place.
off key?
We call it because it's
No, yeah, but it's crazy mosh. Because normal machine was just plain.
Yeah,
Moschino.
plain, yeah.
But
We called
all the patterns.
Yeah,
we called
all
it
the
crazy.
patterns.
Yeah, we called it crazy mosh.
crazy mosh. What?
Yeah, it's so
We
funny
call
how
it off keys.
different ends have different.
Yeah,
different terms.
different
crazy
ends
mosh.
have different lingos and all that. But yeah, what you lot were doing in the South sounds wild, bro. Tracksuit bottoms, you lot making it sound like you just got off the boat, like a African man that
Someone said you
just
got-
come from off the boat.
It
You know
was
when you
TM
see,
Lewin shirt.
you know you see an uncle in like shoes, jogging bottoms, and
Yeah.
a shirt. That's what it sounds like you lot are doing in the South.
Like,
Wait,
what
it's
is
not
like,
far
where
from,
you like, where are you going dressed like that?
Just
is a
thank
term.
you.
To a rave.
You're not
to
going
your
to a
boy's house
rave.
and chill.
You're not going to a rave. You might be going to the shop, Max, and going home. Where else are you going to be?
It was streetwear. It was
shirt.
it-
That
no,
is not
no.
streetwear, bro.
It was
What?
streetwear. It was
That's not
streetwear.
Listen, you weren't
It
on the
was
streets
streetwear.
then. Then you weren't on the
It was
streets.
streetwear.
You were going to college. You weren't on
No,
the
I
streets.
don't mean street as in
Anyone
gang
can college
life.
look like
I
that.
mean
Get
streetwear.
expelled.
Where was he? Where did he go like that?
To college.
See?
Oh yeah, this is college years. Everything I'm describing
Nah, man, read
is
that.
college. Just so you guys get where I was in life. This was college.
Bro, that-
all of the socks
I
and
don't
the
know
trainers,
what
the
type
double
of-
joggers, the shirt with the joggers. That was all college.
Don't know what type of street
Look
wear
on it, look on it.
This is wild, bro.
All right, cool. All right, lastly, Rich.
Oh,
I'm not
sorry,
sure
my
you
bad.
guys know, it was hip hop's 50th birthday on the 11th, I believe. And they had a massive concert with Run DMC, Nas, Snoop Dogg, Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, Ice Cube, A Boogie, Fat Joe, Kid Capri, Lil Kim, Remy Ma, Trina. It was massive. T.I., Cameron, all that. So yeah, I just want to acknowledge hip hop. Happy birthday, hip hop.
Yeah, happy birthday, hip hop.
man.
Yeah.
Hip hop. It started on the block. That's how it goes, man.
And if you have 8 hours of time, the whole concert is online.
No way.
Wow.
No
Yeah,
way.
you don't have to watch the whole thing.
Listen,
obviously.
I'll do that in like
I've
a week.
just
It'll take me a
skipped
week
through
to
to
do
different
that.
segments. I've watched Cam's bit, I watched Lil Wayne's bit, Nas's bit, Fat Joe's bit. I've just watched little bits, but the whole 8 hours is on there.
Wow.
If you want to go and watch it, innit?
Hey, someone said that's not South London. Maybe the outskirts.
What's that?
Well, the dress code back then.
Nah, it's South.
No, it was
See?
definitely South.
Look,
I'm from
hey.
Look, listen. I'm from
Where you from, Kaz?
Wharf Road. Yeah,
Wharf
Wharf Road, Elephant, Campbell. That's my ends. I went
Okay.
college in Clapham South. I went to SFX. That
That
is
is
what people
a-
were doing.
Yeah.
So basically,
Facts,
you
man.
just that was a large part of South you just described there, people. So you know,
that's,
I don't
that's
know.
South. That ain't no outskirts, B.
South London is wild.
All right, cool. That's all the rotating I've got for you. Let's get to some more headlines. You ain't got no damn choice but to claim it.
Yeah.
Hey, man said they're not claiming that.
I remember, this is in my day. You know what I mean?
All right, people. So our next headline, trigger warning here. And
You off here? See you later.
Yeah, see ya.
former Ukrainian captives say that they were subjected to torture, including frequent beatings and electric shocks, while in custody at a detention facility in southwestern Russia, in what would be serious violations of international humanitarian law. So certain interviews were being conducted by the BBC, and basically a dozen ex-detainees released in prisoner exchanges alleged that physical and psychological abuse by Russian officers and guards at a pre-trial detention facility number 2 in the city of Tagarong. That this is basically what was happening, right? So the testimonies gathered during a weeks-long investigation describe a consistent pattern of extreme violence and ill treatment at the facility, which is one of the locations where the Ukrainian prisoners of war had been held in Russia. So these are some of the allegations, right? That men and women at this particular site, Taganrog site, were repeatedly beaten, including in the kidneys and in the chest, and given electric shocks in daily inspections and interrogations, right?
Daily.
Yep. This is what they're alleging, right? Another thing they're saying is that Russian guards constantly threatened and intimidated detainees, some of whom have given false confessions, which were allegedly used as evidence against them in trials. Obviously, they wanted to stop the torturing. And also that captives are constantly left nourished, and those who are injured are not given appropriate medical assistance, with reports of detainees dying at the facility as well. Sad news, man.
Yeah, that's sad. That sounds like them men were treated harsher than harsh, bro. I understand that they're prisoners of war, but even then, they still got human rights.
This is it.
That's rough, man. These men are on you though. Still, they're saying this is.
Hold on. Let me read.
Please,
What is it?
yeah. Hey. Man said southeast.
It's Southeast.
No, but they're saying that, like, obviously South is big, innit? I know that South goes from South.
Oh,
east,
they're
South.
saying that what I'm saying in Southeast.
Yeah,
it's Southeast.
what you're saying is that South.
Oh,
you're saying you're over there.
So you're saying Southwest man then wasn't doing this.
Well, boy, I
Say
don't know.
nothing.
I don't
Alright,
know.
cool. Southeast man then, innit?
These men are on you, bro. So this is not South. I don't know, bro.
So our next one as well takes us to, actually we spoke about this before, like maybe 2 or 3 times in fact. And basically this is about the US soldier that was captured in North Korea. Yeah, so they basically said that this US soldier, Travis King, crossed into its territory last month because of inhumane maltreatment and racial discrimination in the army. This is the reason basically they're saying this. So the 23-year-old private dashed across the border from South Korea on the 18th of July whilst he was on a guided tour. So Private King,
What do you mean dashed?
yeah, he ran away. It'll make sense.
Please continue. Sorry.
But yeah, man, state media reported that Private King had expressed his willingness to seek refuge in the north, right? Washington said that it could not verify the claims, which are Pyongyang's first public comments on the case. So every time we were speaking about this before, it was just like through people saying different things or whatever, right? But this is the first time they've actually spoken, right? So responding to the North Korean media reports, a Pentagon official said that their priority was to have Private King brought home safely through all available channels. U.S. authorities had earlier said that they believed the soldier had crossed the border intentionally, right? And there's been no sight of him ever since. The report by the North Korean state agency, KCNA, said that the soldier had admitted to deliberately intruding on North Korean territory illegally, but did not say if he faced prosecution, or any other punishment. There was also no mention of his condition or current whereabouts. Private King is a reconnaissance specialist who has been in the army since January of 2021, and he was in South Korea as part of his rotations. That's why he was over there, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But before crossing the border, he served 2 months in detention in South Korea for assault charges. Then he was released on the 10th of July. So he was then supposed to fly back to the US to face disciplinary proceedings, right?
Cut out.
Exactly.
So what? He's saying he weren't treated right over there.
Yeah, it's racism and all them
I
things.
wouldn't be
That's what he's
surprised.
saying,
Though.
yeah.
Look at the country you're in. You got hardly any black people there.
There you go.
Really and truly.
Yeah.
I mean,
but this is even, I think, within his army ranks as well. This is not necessarily from people of South Korea.
Oh really?
Yeah, this
that's
is within the
worse,
army. Yeah,
them men are meant to be like once you join the army, that's like a brotherhood type
This is
thing.
it. That's what they tell you.
Jarheads and
Exactly, yeah.
Navy SEALs and SAS and all that malarkey. I couldn't. And even then, remember, there's that they have multiple crimes that happen within their department, and they try to deal with it internally. That's why they don't like police coming in. But I couldn't. Yeah, man. I don't know about going to war for any country other than Nigeria anyway. So scrap all that.
Yeah, man.
For the longest, I didn't even know you were Nigerian. You know?
No one did.
Even to now, I don't really believe it.
No one.
I don't really. I believe it because you are, but I don't believe it.
Wait, why don't you believe it though?
You have Caribbean essence.
Because I grew up with a lot of Caribbeans, and we were like, there was only a minority of like there was. So there's me. There was 4 Ghanaians. There was 1 Ugandan.
Is this on your?
So what? I was the only Nigerian. Okay, there was one other Nigerian. Yeah, is he Ghanaian? I don't even know. My other brethren, I don't know if he's Ghanaian or Nigerian. So yeah, but there was more Caribbeans than Africans.
And also, you give off the vibe that your parents were born here.
My mum was definitely not born here.
You know what I mean?
My dad
You know what I mean?
was definitely not born here.
Like-
But that's because I'm born here.
No, I know you are. I'm saying you give off the vibe that your parents were born here.
No, because I grew up around my parents' mums and all that. Like I called them mums and all that. I grew up like I got like 4 different mums. I called them mums because I literally stayed in their house.
Okay.
For like every Sunday, I'd be around the Caribbeans, eating their food, X, Y, Z. So I picked up their mannerisms naturally. So
Hold on, what mannerisms do you think that you possess that are Caribbean?
Whatever makes you think that I'm not Nigerian.
Okay.
Like I don't know what that is. I can't tell you what that is.
No, because you literally confirmed it. I thought, okay, cool. So what do you think it is that I look at you, I feel like you're Caribbean?
Because I remember having a whole argument with a woman. She was like, "No, there's no way you're Nigerian. You don't look it." And I get that part. Like I understand that. If you saw my mum, you'd know. If you saw my dad, like she's stone cold. Nigerian, but I'm Nigerian. But like if I done like the whole DNA test, I only expect it to go. Like like some people will be like, "Oh, I got 5% this, 5%." No, I ain't got none of that shit.
Okay, yours is just
straight. Like,
thoroughbred.
Yeah, thoroughbred. Like, even when I that's how I know I'm gonna have twins as well, because like a lot of there's a lot of twins in the Nigerian household, and I saw my mum's brothers, and I forgot that they were twins. So it's like it's really in my bloodline, kind of thing. So. Yeah, Ben said I believe it, but I don't believe it. I'm sorry. Yes, people, I'm Nigerian. Green and white.
Yoruba, yeah?
Yeah.
And basically what you say, I feel like every Yoruba family's got twins in it,
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I got
I think so. Every.
That's a genetic thing.
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy, and you can go back like centuries. That's wild.
There's a town, I can't remember what it's called, in Yoruba region of Nigeria. They've got the highest birth rate of twins in the world.
No way. In the world?
In the world, yeah.
I know. People, can we please turn on the aircon? I feel like I'm cooking over here, bro. Right, what?
Yeah. Yeah, like in the world, man.
That's wild though. Look, yeah, there's loads of people don't believe I'm Nigerian, man. That's like a normal argument of life for me. See what I mean? But yeah, green and white all the way, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Our next and last headline takes us to, this is a bit of a crazy situation here, but basically police in Croatia are looking for 10 young handball players from Burundi.
What?
Yes, who disappeared before a world championship match.
No, that sounds sus. That sounds sus.
So the county police department, right, in that particular area, I can't even pronounce the name, but they said the efforts were underway to locate the players and determine the facts of their disappearance.
Someone heard I'm Nigerian and they called up straight away. You know?
This is your uncle.
So maybe.
It's Christy, in fact.
Oh, Christy.
Let's see what she's saying.
I still don't believe Richard's Nigerian.
Hello, Christy.
Hello.
How are you?
What, Bips?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can indeed. How are you?
Hello. Hi, it's Christy here. Wait,
Sorry.
I had to call in because did Rich say he's Yoruba?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Christy.
I don't understand.
Not
No,
even a
I'm
morsel.
sorry. I literally had to call in. I had to call in because what am I hearing in this morning? You're Yoruba. From
You know
what
what it is, yeah.
No.
I'm classed as a what's that word? An anomaly. Because I really don't look it. I hear it, I get it all the time. Like I don't look. People think that I'm some kind of Caribbean, whatever. I hear it, but I'm not. I can't help that. I didn't ask to look like this.
But the thing is, yeah, what do you even look like? It's hard
It's
for
not
me
even
to
about the
even
look.
describe.
No, I don't. However I look.
You just look Caribbean. I can't explain it.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
it's not even. It's not even a look. You don't use any Yoruba.
Oh, you mean your
isms
energy.
at all.
Yeah.
You do not ooze none of that. I'm sorry to say you don't. You don't ooze at all. I can't even, not even a drop.
I mean,
Not
yeah.
even
I mean,
a
I
drop.
don't.
Wait, hold
A bit
on.
harsh there.
No. Like,
I don't know how Nigerians are meant to carry themselves. I just carry myself how I carry myself. So I mean, like I don't know. You're making it sound like
I'm this morning.
Sorry, say that again.
I've been shocked this morning because I thought you was, well, first it came to revelation that you was Nigerian. I was like, okay. Then someone said you're Igbo, and I thought, okay. But then now you're coming to say you're Yoruba.
Who said I'm Igbo? No one here said I'm Igbo.
No, I remember in the chat someone said you was Igbo.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah, that's cool. That's all right. They can say that. That's fine.
So I was like, now you're coming to say this. This is a spun me this morning, to be honest.
Yeah, as I said, it's I have this every now and then. I'll have like this conversation or this argument, and people will be like, "Yeah, etc., etc., etc." I thought you were Caribbean. Blah, 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 blah.
So apparently it's not the way you look; it's how you act.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's not the
that's
look.
why I said maybe it's
It's not the look.
mannerisms.
But you know what it is? You don't. Okay, is it the fact that
How do
hear me out.
Nigerians? Okay.
Hear my analysis, right? It's not like you act Caribbean. I think
Okay.
it's because you act very English. And because of that, they think that you're Caribbean. Because
Okay.
African
Yeah,
people
I
don't
think
act too English, whereas you
Okay.
act like a lad.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, you know.
And because you've got the lad in you,
Yeah.
that's what it is, I think.
Maybe.
I mean?
Maybe. I don't. But how do Nigerians act anyway? Really and truly.
There's some freshness to us. I think that's what it is.
Rich, the fact that you even said that just even answers the question. The fact that you even said that, how did
Because
it just lends itself to the point. To be honest,
you can't tell me I'm not Nigerian. That's crazy. Just what I'm saying. Like, I am.
No,
like,
I'm not.
It is what it is.
Obviously, you are.
If you saw my mum and you saw my
But
dad,
then-
you'd be like, okay, cool. So how did? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but that's the thing. Probably if I saw your mum and dad, I'll be thinking, okay, but how did you turn out like this?
I don't know. Like even down to when I was younger, my mum not speaking to me in Nigerian. When I got older, I was like, why didn't this happen? And then I realized
Rich,
there's a whole
the fact that you
generation
just
of us
said-
that.
Yeah, I knew
Rich,
Christy's going
the
to say
fact that you just said
What was you going to say?
Nigerian.
no, the fact that you just said speaking in Nigerian, it's okay. Anyway,
You ain't the boss
okay,
in case,
I'm done.
basically.
It doesn't matter. I don't have to boss case. It's still in my DNA. The DNA said the DNA is the facts.
You
So I'm
just
saying,
said
like-
my mum did not speak to me in Nigerian.
No, the point
No.
the point I'm making is this. If you see there could be a Polish woman out there, a Russian woman out there, whatever, they'll speak to their kids in their native tongue. Like my mum never done that with me, like ever. Me and my brother.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like my sister speaks it, but she was born in Nigeria.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So when it came to me and I got older, I was like, why didn't she speak to me in the mother tongue? And then I realized there's a whole generation of us that didn't get spoke to in the language. So
How well is your fake Nigerian
No,
accent?
I see that because there are.
I can't help it. I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm Nigerian, man. Green
No,
and white.
I ain't disappointed. I'm happy
It's
Nigerian.
like,
I'm happy you're Nigerian.
All the time.
What did I say to you? Look, someone heard I'm Nigerian and they called up. How did I know? I'm telling you, man. I'm predicting shit out here, man. Call me Nostradamus, man.
Yeah, no. Was you eating pie and mash? Was you eating any?
No.
Was there any ounce of pounded yam in your bloodstream?
Stop. I'm not gonna lie. When I see like the Nigerians that are born in Nigeria, so they sometimes they do call me English boy. Like that's back in the day. Like when I would see them and I would tell them I'm Nigerian, they wouldn't believe me, and they'd be like, "Oh no, wait, English boy." Da, 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 da. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not Nigerian, man. It is what it is, man." So, pie and mash. No, stop, man, please, man.
In your house?
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, in your house, was it like a proper like Yoruba household, just without speaking Yoruba? Or was it like...
basically.
Okay.
I think here's the ultimate question. What's your Yoruba name?
I'm not telling you.
Yeah, man, what is it?
I'm not telling you.
Give us one, because we know you got many.
I got many, yeah. I'm not telling you.
Go.
No, I'm not telling you none. That's it.
Off air.
No, maybe.
Off air. Tell us.
Anyway, you learn something new every day, boy. This is wild.
Christy, what's yours?
Excuse me?
What's your name?
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh, look. See, and I'm on the fire.
No.
It's crazy out here.
I'm not saying it. No. I'm not saying. No. Hold on. First off, only the inner circle call me by my Nigerian name. If you're not in the circle, you wouldn't. There's no need for you to know. So it's literally, unless you're actually close to me and my family, you don't need to know my Yoruba name. Simple.
All right.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Even once I said my Yoruba name on Meets Up to 7, and people started calling me on Twitter.
No way.
Never again.
See? Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Start to address me by it. I think it's that.
No, I'm right.
Boundaries, man.
No, I'm right. I'm gonna go by the government. The government. The government's cool for now.
All right, Chris.
All right, thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
Oh, I think you're ready.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it is as well, you know.
What's that?
I was outside as a youth man.
What do you mean?
I was really outside. Like someone just said it. Like Rich was outside as a small boy. Like, so I didn't.
Outside with who though?
With the man them.
I don't think that.
No, they weren't like. Okay, when I was younger, this is a fact. You can ask anyone. There weren't really a lot of Nigerians outside, just on XYZ.
Yeah.
So then once people, as I got older, people just assumed I was either Jamaican or Caribbean because of the stuff we were
that's
doing.
why I assumed that your parents were born here.
But they're not.
I mean, because you were given certain freedoms that maybe even weren't given.
Yeah,
I wasn't allowed to be outside like that.
Yeah. I was outside from young.
Because it is the general notion was that Caribbean parents, even though we know they're strict as well, that they were a bit more lenient.
Yeah, 100%.
No,
compared to us, 100%.
Yeah.
Someone said I'm not Nigerian. I'm Hackney.
Like you give off the vibe that your parents weren't that strict.
No, my mum was strict. I got beats, bro. I got beats.
Yeah,
I got SAS beats.
Caribbeans get beats too, but you give off your parents were lenient on you.
Bro, okay, I'll tell you, let me give you an example of the type of beats I get. There was a routine. I'd get to my house. This is before I had a key. I'd get to my house, I'd knock the door, and there was like a big tower block. Like opposite my house, there was a garden. And then I'll be like, yeah, it's me, Richie. And then a key will come flying out the window.
Yeah.
Get the key, go in. I'm meant to have a curfew. I'm breaching this curfew regularly.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'm usually what happens is I have to pick a belt to get beat with.
Yeah.
The black one or the white one. And then I have to pick an area. No problem. This didn't happen this day for whatever reason. I don't know how my mum was feeling.
Yeah.
She was having a day off.
Yeah.
I've gone to sleeping. I'm thinking, this is, maybe I can get used to this, man. Not getting beats. Boom! Door kicks open. I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Bro, my mum's stuck up in me like SAS, bro. I said, what? This can't be legal in my sleep. What? Nah. But yeah, after that, I was like...
All right, what's your fave Yoruba dish? Swallow.
Jollof.
You ain't beat the charges, man.
I don't have to beat the charges. I don't have to beat the charges.
Man went for the most
but I'm being honest.
No,
though.
but I didn't say. I said swallow.
What did you say?
Like pounded yam, eba.
Pounded yam. I'll say
brown rice, amala. Them things there.
I'll say probably pounded yam.
I said jollof.
No, but I'll be honest though. I didn't eat a lot of. My mum mixed it up for me. So it was either jollof or something else, or yeah.
I believe you, man. I believe you, bro.
It's but I didn't remember. Again, I think. Remember we were talking about earlier on how like your influences can affect you in terms of growing up.
Yeah.
Whatever you watch on that. Maybe it was part of being outside. So I mean, and now a lot of people would think I'm not Nigerian. I get it. I get it now, but I didn't when I was younger. I think, why would you not think I'm Nigerian? I'm telling you where I'm from, X, Y, Z. So, you know, but yeah, it's what it is. I'm green and white, people, green and white. See what I mean?
All right. But yes, obviously we started talking about that because of these guys, innit, that went missing. So yeah, just to remind the people, police in Croatia are looking for 10 young handball players that came from Burundi.
They're not finding them. I wanted them to find them. I really wanted to find them. But how long have they been missing?
I'm not too sure. I think it's maybe a week now, I think.
Yeah, they're not finding them.
Yeah.
Because I think they say when you get kidnapped, it's like the first 48 hours is the most important.
But this doesn't seem
So
seem like a kidnap.
So
I'm going to get it.
Okay.
So basically, according to the information that's available, the players are all born in 2006, right? They've been staying at the Rijeka Student Center, which they left last Wednesday, right? Police said that the players had not been returning calls since. So obviously, I guess this implies some of their phones were ringing and that there was no breaking and entering. These guys just took their load and left, right? A statement from the Croatian police said that the police have received a notification about the absence of Burundian citizens who are participating in the World Championship for cadets. On Wednesday around 3:30 p.m. afternoon, they left in an unknown direction. Measures and actions are being taken to find the missing handball players and establish all relevant facts and circumstances of their disappearance. The Croatian Handball Federation said that before a match with the Bahrain, the Burundi players left the campus without the permission of their technical staff. The president of the Burundi Handball Federation also said that the people from Burundi are in shock. He also said that both we as a federation and the parents of these young players, ask all those who can help to find them. I don't know how we will return home without them. So basically, according to media reports, the players, that's what they're saying, may have planned their escape using their visas to seek asylum in Europe.
Really?
So this is basically what it's about. So these guys saw it as an opportunity to get asylum and flee the country and basically...
Is the country that bad?
I'm not too sure. But still, in terms of opportunities, you know what I mean? There's people traveling all the way to flipping North Africa, getting on boats, flying into, you know what I'm saying? These lot got a plane.
All of them though, like they all in agreement, like we're doing this.
This is it. Yeah.
We're not going back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's rough though, man.
Yeah. So,
I hope they're safe and well though.
Yeah, exactly. In addition to that, what they're saying is in 2019 there were 2 Nigerian student table tennis players who were wrongly deported to Bosnia by Croatian police who mistook them for undocumented migrants, right? So they had regular visas granting them permission to be in Croatia at the time of their detention, but police didn't believe them and they forcibly sent them to Bosnia without verifying their status. So, yeah, who knows? But anyway, that's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
All right, let's get into the rotation. Sorry, the reaction. These R's, man. All right, more Women's World Cup news. Yesterday's game, Spain beat Sweden 2-1.
Of course they did.
And then today's game, I actually said today's game was yesterday's game by mistake. England are going against Australia at 11 a.m. today, so check that out.
Then.
What's that?
You said 11 today.
Yeah. 11 a.m. England versus Australia. That's the second semi-final. So yeah, Spain are through to the final, and they'll either meet England or Australia. Go on. What's the England ladies' nickname? Is it the Lady Lions or something? Lionesses.
Yeah.
There you go. Big up the Lionesses. All right. Football. Kevin De Bruyne.
He's mad. 4 months, isn't it?
Out for 4 months, man. He's in my fantasy team.
Yo.
Hold on, man. What's the rule now?
You have to wait until. No, I think different. If it's like certain ones you might have to wait until January to change it.
Seriously?
Or they might let you change it now.
It says free hit at the top of the screen.
Yeah, that might be it.
Did that to change one player or the whole team?
No, I think that's one player. No, it's one to the whole team.
No, but Anton told me you could change the whole team, but you can
with the free hit.
You get one chance to change the whole team.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Someone in the chat confirm with me, yeah? What's a free hit on fantasy football? Is it to change one player or is it change the whole team? Because this is my first time doing fantasy, so I'm new to this.
If I were you, though, I would, just try to change what's it called, the boy in the ASAP, because
that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't change the whole team anyway.
No, I'm not changing the whole team. I want to change the Bruyne. He's injured.
I
now.
know, but you should be able to just
Oh, hold on. So I can change him regardless of the free hit. I can just change
You
it.
might be able to. You might be able to.
Can someone confirm with me, please? All right.
Or just message the group and ask Marv.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but these what do
did they do it
fantasy
as well?
football.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I was trying to join the TDA one, but no one sent the link. They just sent the general link to the app, but they didn't send the actual link to the TDA group. And when I asked for it on Twitter, I just got aired. So I left it.
Bitch, gonna have to go and take a picture of you.
Sorry,
caller.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
Right?
I'm alright. Hi, guys.
We're good, thank you.
Yeah, what's this called? I was calling in about the thing that Eman just reported. I work in the it's called children in care sector, right? And it's funny you mentioned this. When I was at work, I was looking after a asylum seeker guy from Eritrea. That's it. He said literally, as he was obviously fleeing the country, he did travel like to 7 different countries. It took him about a year and a half to get to England.
Wow.
And he went from Germany, like different countries basically, anyways. And he, as I was taking him into town, because obviously you have to teach them skills to become independent. So I was teaching him how to budget. So he was going to town and I was teaching him how to budget when it comes to clothes. Was going to Primark, showing him around. Anyways, and as I was on the way back, he was like, oh, my friend was talking to me. I was like, okay, what was he talking about? He's like, oh, our football team went to America and they ran away.
Wow.
I said, huh? What do you mean they ran away? And he goes, yeah, they obviously went to America to for the country, but the moment that they finished the game, literally as they applauded, they went straight to the thing, grabbed their bags and dipped.
Wow, see?
That's serious, you know.
Yeah. Because their countries are just trash. The guy has been in power for over 37 years. Can you imagine? Same freaking president, 37 years.
Crazy.
So,
He's been
yeah.
where for 37 years?
In power.
In power. Yeah. So it's apparently it's not thing. It's not like an anomaly. It happens regularly. As soon as they get a chance to get out of that country, they're gonna take it.
Yeah. Sad, man.
Yeah.
Sad. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Who's speaking?
Yeah. Oh, it's Valerie.
Okay. Thank you very much
Valerie.
for your call, Valerie.
All right. Bye. Have a good day.
You too. No, Ed's saying a free hit changes every player for that week. So what I want to do is take out Kevin De Bruyne for someone else.
You're better off waiting, bro.
Waiting for
because
what?
you say like you change that now, you might need it later on in the season.
But he's injured.
I know, but you still got subs though.
I know, but
just put one of your subs in.
I do, but he's KDB. I need someone's going to give me assists.
You ain't got no one on the bench that's going to give you assists.
I do, but not to, that's KDB, bro.
I
So
know,
I want
but-
another
I know,
KDB.
I know, but who else would you change? Who else would you go and get?
I might get Mo. No? Odegaard? That's I can't go Odegaard. I've already reached my quota of 3 Arsenal players.
That's what I'm saying. And then
Mo Salah then.
Yeah, but then are they the same money?
I would have to check and see.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're similar. KDB and thingy.
Yeah, it won't be. It won't be. Yeah, maybe.
All right, cool. Maguire deal to West Ham.
That's bullshit.
It's
man.
off.
I don't understand.
Thoughts on that?
Listen. I don't know what. I don't understand it. I think it's Maguire.
Yeah, from what I've read, Man United and West Ham agreed a fee.
Yeah.
Maguire never spoke to West Ham. He hasn't spoken to Moyes. He doesn't want to leave United, so the deal's off.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I think it's Maguire.
Maguire never spoke to West Ham.
That's crazy.
So when it was reported that a fee, the deal's been agreed, Man United and West Ham.
That's he's trying to and basically they were saying that he would want 10 mil to leave anyway.
Okay.
Because if he goes to West Ham or a club like that, his wages are gonna drop in it.
Yeah.
So in his mind, he's gonna be losing out on wages that he would have got at United.
Yeah.
So
Can I ask a quick question? Yeah. Is Maguire that bad though?
Is he
that good?
Because
For England,
I
he's good.
feel like everyone acts as though this guy is like a shag player.
You know what it is? I'll be honest with you.
Wasn't he
Yeah,
captain?
I've said this.
He's just prone to making mistakes.
Yeah, I've
nowadays,
said
isn't
this
it?
before. Yeah, we see when he was at Leicester and United will be playing Leicester. Maguire will be having the whirl of a time. He might pop up and score a goal. I'd hate playing Leicester because of Maguire. And the saying is, was it big fish in a little pond?
Small pond, yeah.
Yeah. So now he's gone to a big club. He's not bringing the same
But
consistency.
he's
not the same.
been a man there for years now, man. That excuse is gone.
Okay,
Sure.
but has he been playing well the whole time?
At the beginning, he was, no?
Yeah, and then what? So what? Yeah, what?
Yeah, so if you're the whole big fish in a small pond thing.
Okay, but you can't just play well in the beginning.
Wait, that would happen initially. It wouldn't happen years later, right?
Okay, so what? So he suddenly became a bad player.
What I mean is the mentality of I'm a big fish in a small pond, right? Or whatever it is, small pond, big fish. That would happen immediately.
Okay, no, not necessarily.
Yeah,
not every player is meant to be at a big team. Not every player is going to cut it at a big team. He's been having mistake after mistake after mistake.
Cool. Question: how many good seasons has he had at United? And when
his first season was his good? Is probably his best season.
And his second season?
I can't even remember his second season. That's hard.
According to you, in terms of his start at United,
yeah, I think his start was fine. I don't even.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened for him for it to all start going down the.
Were his first 2 seasons at United good?
I'll say his first season was definitely good. Yeah, I
So,
don't know about
so
his
he
first
fell off.
two.
He fell off after the first season.
Listen, from time your keeper does not want to pass, your keeper will rather kick the ball out
Yeah.
than give you the ball. What is that? That's not. There's no confidence.
Right. You're a Man United fan, so you know better than me. So you're telling me that he fell off after the first season?
I don't know why he
Fair
fell
enough.
off. I don't know why he fell off. All I know is that maybe United's not his level. And that's the point I'm making. Like when he was at Leicester was his level. Like remember, he come from Hull, so he's working his way up. And before that, I saw it was either Sheffield United or Sheffield Wednesday, possibly either which way.
Yeah.
Not everyone's meant to be out. Look, it's not happened for Sancho.
Yeah, I hear you.
And Sancho was badding it up in Germany.
It's because, for example, if Maguire came and his first season was shit, then I'll get it more in it. But because he had a good first season and he fell off, I'm wondering why.
I don't know. I can't speak to that. Like we're not in the dressing room.
Because
we're not hearing the conversations that
Sancho
he's
hasn't been great from the start of his United career. Whereas Maguire started off well, and then for some reason
I don't know, man. You can't keep. But as a defender, you can't. Okay, do you remember Sylvester?
Yeah.
Do you remember there would be times where he might play well and then he started having pure mistakes.
You forget, came to Arsenal.
Exactly. So you know exactly how it feels. You can see when a player has a mistake in him. And when you have a mistake in you consistently, some man are just not going to want to deal with this.
Yeah.
Like, really and truly. Obviously, Ron wouldn't be where he was if he had mistake after mistake after mistake. Ron had consistency. Messi had consistency. Like, some of these men didn't really have injuries and all that.
Yeah.
And he ain't really had injuries. Like, he ain't had a lot of injuries. He's been playing bad.
He hasn't.
Like, come on, man. Like, what do? You pay all that money for someone, and then... Like, it just don't happen. Sometimes it happens, man. That's football, man.
All right, cool. All right, let's see how it unfolds. 2 more bits of news. Chelsea have triggered the 35 million release clause of Olise, sorry.
Man, just want to take everyone, man.
Crystal Palace. That's another player.
Brother,
Crazy.
How much players do you need, though? Like,
that's another player, man.
Man, trying to have a 50-man squad.
But in saying that, they have sold a lot of players.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it's like they look unrecognisable at the minute.
Bruv, I saw the team sheet yesterday.
Yeah,
I said, this is an all-new team.
Yeah, like a
from
whole
last
new
season.
team. Yeah.
It's only Sterling,
Gallagher
and Thiago.
Yeah.
Reece James as well, but as a whole.
Yeah.
Chilwell. But as a whole, it's unrecognisable.
Yeah, it's unrecognisable. Man.
Now they're adding Lavia, Caicedo.
And Lavia's not going to
Olise
start.
as well. No. But they're stacking up talent.
Yeah, but it's whether or not it works, though.
Black talent too.
Them man got bare runners.
Yeah.
Like, it's just whether or not it works, though, because obviously them man got a gel. You know how, like, when Nottingham Forest was buying, like, them man bought, like, 20-something players in one window.
Yeah.
At some point in time, some man are not going to play, and it's going to have to, like, I don't know, man. I think Poch will do well, but I don't know how well they'll do this season.
And then, speaking of Chelsea, remember yesterday we were talking about where is Ziyech? I told you he's in limbo. So, breaking news, Galatasaray agreed deal in principle for Chelsea to sign Hakim Ziyech. So, after 2 failed transfers to PSG and Al Nassr, it looks like he's going to, but subject to medical.
You know what?
Because obviously the medical failed last time, innit?
Ziyech is a good player, man. Like, it's just I feel like he needs the right manager, if that makes sense. When he was at Ajax, he was badding it up, X, Y, Z. Yeah, that's just how some football players are, but they need the right manager. Some managers,
So Ziyech is on his way to Galatasaray. Hopefully the medical goes through this time and he's, you know what I mean, starting his new career. And lastly, remember, another one. I just got best stuff. Laporte is on his way to Saudi, to Al Nassr.
No way.
Yeah, the same team I just mentioned.
How was Laporte? Like 28, 29?
29. So yeah, Manchester City accept offer from Al Nassr for Emerick Laporte, 29, Spain centre back.
He's just gonna go there for 2 years and come back.
He's in the final 2 years of his contract as well.
Yeah, but you got to be there for 2 years to get a tax break.
Yeah, hasn't been agreed yet. He's open to the possibility, the report says, but it hasn't been finalised yet. But yeah, Laporte is on his way to Saudi as well, another player. And then lastly, remember yesterday I mentioned Neymar's move to Al Hilal, innit? And I was trying to get up his contract terms, innit? So listen to this. So this is apparently what his contract terms are. A private plane at his disposal. 87,000 bonus for each Al Hilal win. 87,000, yeah. A massive mansion with staff. With staff.
Yeah.
This is what I mentioned yesterday. 500k for every post or story he puts on social media promoting Saudi Arabia.
Free a day.
Yeah.
Free a day.
He will be allowed to live with his girlfriend. Yeah. Even though girlfriend. Yeah. Even though they're not married, which is against Saudi Arabian laws.
Same thing that they done for Ron, basically. It's
crazy.
You know what I mean, so they're
these men are breaking laws.
Sharia law. For Neymar.
Yeah, this is wild. See what money does, bro.
I mean, that's money for you. Yeah, so this is apparently his terms, which I believe.
See that private jet? He's taking that every time his sister's birthday is happening, because he disappears for like 2-3 days, a season when he's.
Is this sister's birthday thing? Is it legit, or is it like an untoward thing?
It's when his sister's birthday is about, he's gone.
But people keep alluding to incest.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
That's what the general feeling is.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point because it just sounds strange. Like, what is so? You get paid a certain amount a week.
Maybe they just have a really strong bond.
And that is in your contract that you get to go to see your sister every time it's her birthday. It's in his contract.
It's his sister.
That is wild, bro. That is wild.
If his sister, and if he's made that a priority in his life.
Which is, I understand that, but then that's why people are doing that whole alluding thing.
Yeah, because it is kind of strange that you wouldn't want to miss just one or two. It's like, I have to go to every single one.
Every season.
And also, why do you keep having parties, man? Not every year have a party. Fucking hell, mate. Calm down, love. Every year you'll do a party for your birthday. It's not every year you do parties.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds strange, man.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all the sports I've got for you guys. Let's head into the outro. All right, it's been a great show. Are you replacing Margs for the whole week? Is that what's happening?
I thought he's coming back tomorrow.
I don't know.
He's coming back tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I thought he's coming back tomorrow. Yeah, so why?
No, because obviously you're here.
Yeah.
And he's not here.
Oh,
so.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm thinking, are you replacing him for the week?
No. I mean, I don't know what else. Who else is coming up this week? Whether or not guests and such.
No, come through, man. I'm not. This not me telling you
No.
to come
I would have just shouted Brent, such.
Yeah, come through, bro. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you.
You know, what it is? I didn't sleep again, though, man.
Why?
Like, it's just like yesterday, I didn't sleep. Do you know what I mean? My sleeping habits are terrible.
Try and sleep, bro. Try and sleep.
I'm trying, bro.
Shout out to the chat. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video.
Shout out to the chat. The chat are going wild over there.
Let everyone know where we're at every morning.
Man said you had enough of me.
No. I like Rich being here. I was just wondering because obviously two days in a row you've been here. So I'm thinking, is this been agreed that you're replacing him for the week or something? You know what I mean? Yeah, like out the video, people. Don't forget to subscribe, share, join the community on Twitter. The numbers are low on Twitter, man. We need to get the community up a little bit, man. It's like less than 100 people in there. That's basically our new place. Have we permanently moved from Mighty now? Is Mighty still active?
It's still active. All
right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so for now we're balancing both, but soon we'll be on Twitter.
Yeah, start moving over to the Twitter, guys.
Yeah, start moving over ASAP. And yeah, man. Good show, guys, man.
Peace up, man.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
In a bit.